I'm just kind of bored. Want to do a little chit chat. Let's talk fishing. Let me look for some things in here. Sure, I got a minute. Plug this in. What's going on? I was out fishing today. It sucked. It really sucked. Seems that all the spots in southern Ontario just keep getting worse. Wife's home. Wife's coming home from work. So yeah, hi. Yeah, my wife just came home from work, so she's saying hello. I just got my daughter. The co-hosts of the recent Woodstock video have arrived. I don't think they're going to be on camera though. Yeah. No, I'm watching the car. Mike, what's going on, man? Not too much. Not too much. Just hanging out. I just figured I'd fire up the live. I haven't done it in a while. Fishing sucked today. You know, it is what it is. Hanging out in the backyard. You should come over. Come have a beer. Hey, Annie. Willow's here. We need to get together and no gas. Yeah. Hi, you pointing at me? Hi, Annie. I'm Willow's best friend today because I spent all day with her yesterday. Riding on a dry erase board, but it's a dry erase board. Yeah. Anyone been fishing? What y'all been up to? Hey, Annie. It won't film you if you go in the door. It's pointed this way. Hmm? Oh, we can live stream. Things are tight, but will change soon. Yeah. I hope so. Hi, Annie. Lisgard the other day for cookie cutter bass. Yeah, I was gonna go there today, but I'll spot burn that another time. I should have went there today. Really, I should have went there because Waterford sucked. Hi, Annie.
Can you wave?
Can you wave at the phone?
Wave at the phone.
Hey, Charlie Bones, what's going on? This is Willow. This is Maddie. Can't really burn that spot if it gets fished every day. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought about Waterford too. Like, it can't possibly get any worse. Worse. Literally cannot get any worse because there's no fish there. Mike says you're a little cutie. Not a recipe. What's going on? How you doing tonight? We're just chilling. I haven't done the live in a while, and fishing sucked today, so I was like, I'm gonna jump on live and see if I know what's up. Just hanging out. Oh, someone else thinks cute, Willow. The star of the show.
Wave? You wave?
Charlie Bones, thanks for the star, my friend. Appreciate it. Want to do a live together for fall setups? Sure. Yeah, I can talk all about how to put corn on a hook for sure. You know what? I even tried carp fishing at the ponds today, and nothing. And I couldn't even get a turtle to bite today. I couldn't even get a bullhead. Willow. Daddy can't get your bullhead. Look at that. He's pointing in the house. Hot Box Huts, hey! I never thought I would see you on the live. Corn on a hook for the win. Yeah, absolutely. Not today, though. But I just think there wasn't any carp there, honestly. If there wasn't even turtles in Waterford. There's a bunch of 1-inch bass. So, like, next year they'll all get eaten, and the cycle will repeat, and we'll have more 1-inch bass and 1-inch bluegills. Because they get bigger than 1 inch, and everybody eats them. Getting Willow very excited. Yeah! Corn! What, honey? Well, Willow's going inside. Sort of. Sometimes she doesn't. But she's liking carp fishing. Corn. He's saying Corwin or Corwin? Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like they're just having a cup of coffee or something. There's some people, like, there was 3 cars pulled over across the road when I got home. I don't know what they're doing. They were like, maybe they're like standing in the ditch. I don't know what they're doing. Carp are underrated here. The fight's great. Yeah, I mean, most people are just fishing to fight the fish anyway, so I'm going to distract there's neighbors and stuff here. You talk fishing, we'll talk catching amongst ourselves. Steven, there are metrics if you really want to compare. If you really want to have a measuring contest against me, can we count? Do we want to count? I want to talk shit. Corwin wins. There is Corwin. Corwin messaged me for the first time in a while the other day, asking about sculpins, and I was like, oh. Actually, he was talking about going Monday or today. You guys catch fish when you go fishing? No. There was like this mysterious event one time. I was out and I couldn't explain what it was. I pulled up on the rod and it was tight, and there was line, coming off of my spool, and the rod was shaking, and I'm like, what is going on here? And someone walking by eventually informed me that that's a fish on the line. I was like, wow. So it does happen. Sorry, I didn't realize Mike was here. You two could talk about fishing. Yeah, so Steven went to some private pond and caught 1 fish this year, and he's all high on that now. Catch a shoe. I've caught a shoe. I caught a boot. I caught a towel the other day. Magnet fishing. Yeah, pretty much. Sculpins. I used to tie sculpin patterns. Great for multiple fish. I bet. I bet when Superfly gets here, I'm sure he would love to talk about sculpin imitation flies. I bet they catch trout because they're always where the like in the trout streams. These ones, anyway, these mottled sculpins that we have here. Just give me 1 sec. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. 100% for trout, yeah. Ever tried to troll for salmon or steel? Yeah, I've done that before, yeah. Not anymore because I don't have a big enough boat anymore, but I've been on charters and stuff and flatlined for them when they're in and close to fall. I might do it this year just to like burn Briny Creek or something. I'll take Mike because it'd be the highlight of his life. Fishing is like being at the driving range, trying to cast as far as possible. There you go. Yeah, casting competition. Sculpin imitations, great Kobe imitations. For real. I'm pretty sure. Wow, I haven't had a PBR strong in a while. It doesn't taste good anymore. What was I saying? Gobies. Oh, I'm pretty sure everyone who catches a sculpin in the creeks around here probably thinks it's a goby and kills it. Because Norfolk County, yeehaw. Briny Creek's packed in the fall. Packed with boats or, yeah, well, probably both. Yeah, I know, off the mouth of Bronny. That's where we used to do it when I was young. My dad had a little tinner when I was young, and that was where we used to go flatline early fall, get the staging fish. Have you noticed gobies in the most random urban spots? Not even recently, like for years, man. Like downtown where I live, I've been catching gobies for like 10 years, and they had to get over like 5 different dams to get up here. Jacob, you never caught a goby, man. And I took you to spots where there's like a billion gobies. I caught a goby in front of you, didn't I? Bronny, you gonna drive your boat up and spot lock the petrol? Yes. Yeah, let's throw worm harnesses up Bronny in the fall. Right under Rebecca Street. I got restricted areas on Bronny now? Like, really? I was thinking like off the mouth in the boat. I ain't lining up with a bunch of people. I'm just gonna call them people. That ain't my bag. That's Fishy's bag. He likes to line up and show people how not to floss. And then they get mad because he's not flossing and then accuse him of flossing even though they're flossing and he's not. People be weird. No, you didn't. I haven't even seen one yet. I need someone like Mike to show me the ropes. I thought I could have sworn I got one at the dam in town here when you were with me, but maybe not. They were biting anyway because they're always, that's all that's there. Literally all that's there anymore is gobies. But yeah, like, whoa. There was a hook on the table, it just went flying. I think there's any sturgeon left in Lake O. For sure there is. For sure there is. Lower Niagara, still, you can like literally at the right time, and I don't know when that is, don't ask me, but I've seen videos. You can literally just still watch them spawn in Lower Niagara. And Dalhousie, they get them occasionally. And I'm sure other places too, but that's like where you see reports of it. I'm sure they come in Jordan Harbor and stuff. Yeah, like there's more there than there is in Lake Erie, for sure. Can't fish for them, not legally. Mike hooks one every couple of years. Well, he did back in '71. He certainly didn't hook one this year. I'm putting him on watch because I know you didn't hook a sturgeon this year. If you don't hook a sturgeon next year, then then I'm gonna call you out in front of everybody. He's lying. He doesn't get one every couple of years. Seen the sturgeon recently below the falls. Yeah, I think they spawn like the same time as Lakers or something, but I'm sure they just live in the river. And the upper Niagara has a lot too. Like, you used to see them spawn by the Peace Bridge. That was a thing. Peace Bridge is the upper, right? Must be. There's three more pot. I'll get one to. Oh, now he's changing it. Now I gotta watch you for 5 years. And if you don't hook a sturgeon, I'm gonna call you a liar. Mike has to live stream all of his trips now to prove when he hooks a sturgeon. Maddie's putting the carpet out.
Oh, I asked her if she wanted to come outside. She went to the door.
She probably just wants me to write things down while I'm here. Mike doesn't even catch trout. It's the sun every time. You know what? I have to say, I witnessed Mike catch a trout. Outfished me for trout last year. This year. No, last year. It was last fall. Then they'll hate me even more. My uncle used to catch a few in the Grand in the early 80s. See, I heard someone hooked one this year in the Grand, and I heard someone got a flathead in the Grand too. But you can't ever like go on rumors, but I'm sure. Well, actually, I know because I've seen pictures from like Cockshot Bridge when they used to have the lock system and it was really deep in the Grand. I've seen people like holding a sturgeon from like 1901 or whatever, way up the Grand. So I know they were definitely there. And 80s I believe is before they changed the Dunville Dam, because before the Dunville Dam was like a regular, just a big dam, and they made it into one huge fish ladder. But what it did was change the flow, and so it used to get a run of salmon as well. Like it still gets the odd coho, but it used to get a pretty good run of cohos back in the 80s, 90s, and now like probably 10 friggin' cohos run the Grand every year. There's just no flow there. They don't even find it anymore. So I'm sure, anyways, I'm sure there was sturgeon in numbers way back when. Why'd you bring it out here?
I was gonna do it.
Flatties in the Thames all over. Yeah, I keep hearing that. Flatties would absolutely destroy the bass and channels. Well, I don't know. They've been in the Thames for 15 years. I don't think our climate's like warm enough for them to really be like, 80-pound predator fish. I think they, from what I've seen anyway, they kind of max out at like 20 pounds here. I don't think we have the growing season. Like our bass, like we're never going to have a 22-pound Texas bass unless you ask Rick LaRock. He swears he got a 25-pound bass. But all of his fish back in the day were world records. Skippy, yo, what's going on, man? Just hanging out, beers. Used to be so many surgeons in Canada. They used to use them as fuel for the steam trains. Yeah, I don't think that's real. Rick did, yeah. Skippy got a 25-pound bass 3 days ago and ate it. Okay, nice. That was in London, obviously. Anywhere else to be like, what, 3.5? Really, I have thrown nice sized live baits and only caught nice channels. No flatties yet. Yeah, well, I mean, they're not common. No matter where you go, they're not common yet. Jacob's making it sound like they're a dime a dozen, but even Logan, who fishes, even Logan, who fishes the Thames, 364 days of the year, has only caught like 2 or 3 of them. Psst. You guys hearing that? La Cucaracha. Who eats bass for the Thames in the summer? I would. Why not? I like river smallies. London, that is not a horrible river to fish. That's so. I think it's got more fish in it than the Grand does. Jacob, when you coming out with me? DM me. Jacob hasn't been fishing. Taco flavored ice cream truck. Nice. Superfly, what's going on, man? I was hoping you'd join me. I haven't done live in a while, so I'm doing one for the backyard amongst the highway noise and the cucaracha horns, and that was like a Dodge Ram running like that. Oh man, I thought my car was loud. Logan is now the guy that gets them more than often now. Well, he would. If anyone would, it'd be Logan. Has anyone encountered any buffalo? Yes, if you look back at my channel, about 3-4 years, I got my first one ever. And it was huge. It was like 30 pounds, and I got it in London on the Thames. Feels like forever. It's been forever since I've been live, Jody. Yeah, man. It's been a long time. Because, you know what? Shore fishing sucks right now. Not even having a boat's helping me very much. But fishing just sucks right now, so it's like, why don't I just live stream on the back deck, because I'm going to catch as many fish anyway. Skippy throws me $2. Thanks, brother. Rich only eats 7-pound largemouth from London. Yes, but you have to remember, like, in London, the gravity's different. So, like, a 7-pound largemouth in London is really only 12 inches. So, yeah, I was fishing, what, Richard? I don't remember what I said. You asked me to repeat myself? I don't know. I don't remember what I did 30 seconds ago. Sorry, brother. The gravity is... If you watch the London, the fishing groups from London, all the bass, they start at 6 pounds. They're just born 6 pounds. Been out with Rick recently? No, he was out on the weekend with another guy, friend of his. They went trolling for walleye. But no, it's really most of the time too hot for him now. Me too, but I still go because I like torture. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted again. Yeah. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, Jody. Oh, that's what I meant. We all love the pain, yeah, for real. Jody, I was going to tell you, I was at, well, I'm not going to spoil where I was, but I was doing another spot burning video a couple days ago, and there was lots of fish around, and I was like, the whole point of the video was like, is there still bass in this lake? And so I seen a bunch of sunfish in front of me. My ultralight got crushed by somebody, so I didn't have that with me. So I went in the car, pulled out my fly rod. And my fly rod had a fly, like the very first gen of the flies I ever tied. So it looked awful, completely awful. But I had this one little 2-inch orange fly on, of course, with like 8 pounds of head cement on it. And rigged up with fluorocarbon because I didn't have a proper tapered leader. Anyways, I'm casting that out, got a couple of sunfish, and I got the only bass of the day on the fly.
Oh my God.
Honey, not right now. Sorry, honey. Onions! Kyle's here. Everybody's here. You ever ate catfish? I think a good Frank's Red Hot marinade. Yeah, I usually eat one channel cat a year. And Steel City, what's going on? Yeah, I usually eat one small channel cat every year. You gotta make sure you soak them in milk. Because the casein in the milk kind of neutralizes any fishy taste and take out all the dark meats. So they're a little bit of work, but they taste good. They taste really good. They're all muscle. All muscle. I like to keep them when the water's cold. But yeah, they're good. Onions. Flies for the win. For that day, absolutely flies won. Even though I was completely set up wrong and I couldn't cast more than 10 feet because I only had fluorocarbon to put on there instead of a... I didn't even have like mono to taper down and to make a lead with. Y'all have Lake Erie with world-class fishing, not far. Change the fish game, going out there with monsters. I mean, I fish Lake Erie a lot. The problem with Lake Erie, I mean, we have the inner bay of Long Point Bay. A lot of bass and pike, but this summer it kind of sucks. From what I hear, actually, I haven't been out and tried very much. It was good early. We were getting walleye and we were getting pike a lot. But my boat's too small. Like 90% of the time, it's too freaking rough on the main lake to take my boat out. But You know, there's so many walleye now, and perch. Yeah, I don't fish perch very much, but so many walleye in the lake now, and I can troll in like between 8 and 18 feet of water and catch walleye too. Go-to catfish bait is cut bait every time. Yeah, cut chubs, chub minnows usually. I don't like suckers. Everybody swears by the suckers, and it works. I mean, I did it too, but if I could do it, I do it with cut chub minnows. But chub minnows, they rot faster, so you have to got to pretty much use them fresh. You can't really refreeze them very much. Is it Jacob with the cannibal talk again? Jacob secretly wants to eat a human being. Let's go jig EC10. I don't know, but jigging it, we could troll it for sure. Big muskies out there. Yeah, I know. Everyone else catches them. Even if they're in my boat, they catch the muskies, and I always catch pike or snag carp or bullheads. Any luck fishing today? No, I went to Waterford, so no. Nope, nothing there. Live suckers for big musky pike and the occasional smallie are amazing. Yeah, for sure. I don't do that enough. I want to get live suckers and do Upper Niagara. Probably in like September when the water's a little bit cooler. I don't like to kill muskies, because you're pretty much killing them when you catch them in the summertime. But I definitely want to do the muskie thing in the Upper Niagara with some live suckers. My friend wanted me to ask. Is your friend, just like for research purposes, is your friend tied up in the basement? Just wondering. But yeah, the last, just no, oh, not tied. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. They're sleeping. You think it's worth it to go over to Buffalo for steel and drum? Maybe Mike can answer this. I've never been to stateside for either one. You mean on the Niagara? I wouldn't bother. I would just go to Queenston, but I wouldn't go to Queenston. But if I had to fish the Niagara, I'd go to Queenston. I know they get some nice walleyes and bass on Buffalo side. Oh, okay. Now I know what happened with the cars across the road. Here comes a flatbed. That's serious. Something bad happened to their car. State stocks millions, can get them on the Canadian side. Yeah, like when it comes to the Niagara anyway, like it's, crossing the river is going to put you on more fish, really. Though I think there's more like access on the American side. You can spread out versus Queenston, where everybody's shoulder to shoulder and assholes. Straight up, I hate Queenston so much. I don't even like going there in a boat, unless maybe like bass fishing in the summer, because it's not so busy. Now I'm distracted by the tow truck. Grand is reliable for muskie. I've never caught one there. I hear they're getting them now, like off of Port Maitland more often in the fall, like same time they come in the Thames. So it might be worth a try, but I don't know. I have friends who tell me it is very reliable, early fall. Once they move up U.S. side and drop back Canadian side. I don't know anything about that. Investor Chris, the Grand has muskies. Well, only the mouth, right? Like Erie has muskies. And yeah, nothing above Dunville. You'll never see them. I would bet my nut that you wouldn't see one above Dunville. Like there's no resident muskies, but yeah, that you get the lake fish for sure. They would come in and follow the shad and stuff. And where there's food, just like they come into the Thames. I'm sure they come into the mouth of the Grand. Probably running over so many people's lines at Port Maitland though. But yeah, I heard actually when I was in Port Maitland fishing the pier one day, some guy was like, "Oh yeah, we get muskies here," in I think he said September. was like, oh yeah, oh, okay. But now I keep on hearing it more and more and more. So maybe it's a thing. Speaking of Niagara, Moscow up USA side. Cool. Anyways. Into the Oxbow of the Grand this weekend. Hoping for bass. Nice. I'm sure you'll get some bass. I'm sure. I was also thinking about going to that. Well, not the Oxbow, but well, yeah, the Oxbow, I guess. But like the shore access spots. I was thinking about going there today, but didn't feel like walking. It was too hot. I like oxygen. I don't. That's why I smoke cigarettes. That's why I camp when there's wildfires. There's literally no reprieve. I was like coughing for like a week after I got back. Well, I don't think I've been back a week, but like 3 days. Niagara also has big bass and huge carp. Yes, it does, and walleye, and everything else. Literally everything else. Muskies. Guelph rural area near Campbellville. I might have a few times. Are you talking like Speed River? Campbellville. Speed River or what's that other one? The one that comes out of Christie's? Is that Spencer Creek? Spencer Creek got caught up towards Valens. One time on Bass Opener there was huge thunderstorms, so me and my friend Dennis were out in Cambridge, and then huge thunderstorms came in, so we had to go fish smaller water, and we went to, I believe it was Spencer Creek, and I couldn't tell you where to this day because we were just like concession hopping, and we got pike everywhere we went, little pike like crazy, and I'm pretty sure that was between Mountsburg and Valens, but I don't know for sure. Like we were just driving around. Stock quarries. Oh, okay. I never fished them. Speed just below Guelph is okay. Tough for kayaking though. Yeah, it's a pretty skinny river. Mountsburg. Yeah, I fished Mountsburg a bunch of times. Lots of hammer handles and yeah, some giant bass if you really work at them. Movie night with the wife. Tight lines, brother. Hi, Dave. Bye, Dave. I don't know who Dave is, but thanks for stopping in, Steven. Did you watch my last video, Steven, where I like proved the effectiveness of the slappy again by catching 6,000 crappies? Let me ask you a question as you're going out the door. The Action Orange slappy smashed in Bruce County. And I'm not going to name the lake, don't ask. Because I've been sworn to secrecy by the people who own the park. Do not name the location. They like making money, but they don't like being overrun. Meant to say Superfly, I don't know why. We're putting Dave. Oops. Oh, whoa. Because of Super Dave. Okay. No, not yet. Okay. Has anyone fished the quarries North Burlington? And security kicking them out. I didn't even know there was quarries North Burlington. I'm sure people push it up there. I just let out a massive bullet call. Nice. PBR strong. That's what we live and die by the sword, you know? I was actually, last couple of days I was having like Old Milwaukee, which I used to hate, but compared to Old Milwaukee, this is kind of, I don't know, a little bit bitter. It's all right. It's cheap. Cheap beer is what matters more than anything. Not that any beer is cheap, but it's cheaper than the, I don't know, IPAs. But I do like IPAs. Looks like a Jeep Compass going up on the flatbed across the road. Somehow I'm not surprised. Old Milwaukee's strong. Yeah, that's what I had. Actually, I'm ashing into one right now. Old Milwaukee Ice. That's what I had yesterday. This cancerous bullhead. Yes, I did hear that there's a cancer specifically affecting bullheads. I'm so upset. Uh, well, Richard, brother, need to go help the wife, but good to see you again, brother. Good to see you too, Jody. Glad you had a chance to stop in. I got to tell you about the fly fishing experience. I got a video coming, and yeah, fly fishing ruled the world that day. And I mentioned you many times in that video. You and someone else I mentioned. Oh yeah, Where to Fish. He's a guy I watch a lot. Yeah, I just kind of gathered some inspiration from him for the video. But as soon as I pulled out the fly rod, I was like, oh yeah, Jody's gonna like this. He's also gonna make fun of me because totally amateur league, but you know, it worked. It worked. Even my shoddy fly from 2006 caught a fish. Oh man, I actually tried so hard bass fishing today. Catch you again soon. Yeah, I hope so, my friend. I hope I can catch one of yours one of these days. I was hoping when I was up north I was going to catch it, but then, anyways, good to see you, man. I won't keep bugging you. Fly rod, they absolutely work. Yes, sir. Yeah, I gotta pull it out more often. And then so on today, is it worth going to the other border to St. Croix? That I can't. You know what? My U.S. experience is all down south and many years ago, so maybe someone else can answer that. Last time you pulled out the fly rod, killer catfish. Yeah. Trying to get a walleye on the fly. I got that. Much love, Jody. Have a good night. I'm trying not to keep you, so I'm kind of just glossing over you. But go help your wife. Have a good night, my friend. I'm gonna start trying to catch more fish with my old dog hair nymphs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure what I was using yesterday was dog or cat hair, because that's what I started with. I never bought anything, and I shoot as many deer as I catch muskies. So it wasn't buck hair. Seen the Temu DC reels? I have, and it keeps on going into the cart, and then I'm like, nah, I don't need another bait caster. I'm like, all it says on it is it makes the sound. And I bought a knockoff Abu on Temu, and it technically makes the sound too. And the sound is squealing gears. So I finally oiled it just now. But yeah, if it just makes the sound of a DC reel, I don't know how worthwhile it is. But for $30, I'm sure if it's a functional baitcaster, it's better than $800 or whatever the DCs cost. I don't even know. But it'd be cool if they actually had like a digital control in them. I'm sure if anyone could do it, it'd be the Chinese. I have a digital line counter reel that I just recharged and put some line on. One of these days I want to use it for like worm harnesses or trolling crankbaits up the Grand. Just curiosity, like how far my bait is back from the boat, and see if it makes any difference. I want to do some research on the topic. Personal research. Me too. I had to wait years till my buddy shot a buck with his Yukon. Nice. Yeah, I never even hunted. So yeah, I've actually caught more muskies than I've shot deer. You ever fallen for the myth of boiling your reels after spooling? No, I never have. I've known people that did. No, I definitely never did that. If my line's ever twisted when I put it on the spool, like say they spooled it on backwards or something like that, then I pull it across the lawn, with nothing on it, and then reel it back in, and it's unspun. Troll Lake, Ontario boat launch under the Hamilton Bridge. Yeah? Like, in the fall, you mean? That's something my dad used to do all the time when I was young, but I never went with him. But, I've been meaning to go to the Skyway Bridge anyway. I want to go burn that spot. But it'd be cool to take the boat out there and try it. Goose feathers from the park made a few nice stone flies. Yeah, goose feathers are bought, as long as they aren't covered in disease. Not boiling, well, boiling your reel is the myth. A lot of people say boil the spool, like just the spool, or boil the water, then let it cool down until it's not bubbling anymore, and throw your spool in there, as long as it's a metal spool. And it does actually work. Like, it does soften the line and take the twist out, but it's completely unnecessary. Another thing you can do is just like spray some oil, some like olive oil on it, and it helps it kind of recoat and stuff. There's a nice cement boat launch under the Hamilton Bridge. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of the. Thanks for the suggestion, but yeah, I'm aware of the Skyway Bridge launch and stuff. Like I said, my dad used to go there when I was a kid, and little tinner. That's all he had, and that's, him and my uncle used to troll for salmon all the time. That was their thing. They never took me with them though, because the boat was too small. So yeah, I've been thinking about trying that. Salmon and lake trout, nice. So yeah, I take the memory out. It does work, but it's not necessary. I used to, when they had bait mate scent, so it was oil based. I used to spray that on my spools, and I figured it was like 2 for 1, because it would help with the memory for sure, and the line would come off the reel, nicely, and the line would also float that way. Not very long, but it would float. You'd have a brief period where it would float. And I was thinking, like, now the scent's on my line, so it's just like spreading fish scent everywhere. Anyways, used to do that when they had bait mate. I haven't seen bait mate in years. I don't know if they still make it. Ever spooled a bait caster with mono, then had to suffer later? I got 2 or 3 that are spooled with mono. What's the problem with that? I don't mind using mono on a bait caster, just not on the bay. If it's open water, no obstructions, then I'll run mono. There's nothing wrong with that. Mono's easier to cast on a bait caster, in my opinion. It's variable, takes some out, but not a huge amount. Yeah, it's not a know-all cure for sure. End all, not know-all. Yeah. I'm a little curious to see what the problem was that FAHD, I don't know, it's FAD. Curious to see what problems you had with putting mono. For me, with 20-pound mono, it ruins, gets uncurable knots in the spool. Really? See, I thought the thicker the mono was, the easier it was on a bait caster, personally. I have way worse problems trying with like light braid on a bait caster, like 15. I have a lot of problems. I put 20 on my Quantum Smoke 2 days ago, and I'm like constantly having backlash with it now. But I don't know if I've ever put 20-pound mono on a bait caster though. That is pretty heavy. I usually do like 15, 12 to 15 on a bait caster. Thicker is easier to get out. Yeah, that's what I found. You hate bait casters, well. Just buying shitty mono. Well, I don't know. I think it's just because it's 20 pound. Honestly, 20 pounds pretty hardcore. What state? I am from Ontario, Canada. Unfortunately, not a state. Not yet. Oh, and blocked. No, I'm just joking. But anyways, yeah, not a state. Not a state. Ontario, Canada. Yeah, okay. There you go. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who agree. Some who disagree. I ain't about that. I ain't about the political debates, whatever. I'm a centrist. Who cares? Boo. I don't care about none of that. I think they're all thieves. Shouldn't have assumed. No, it's all good. It's all good. See, you say sorry like a Canadian. That's wrong. Joking, guys. Joking. If we became the 51st, would it change my life very much? Not really. Probably not. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it would. But yeah, I don't want it to happen. I like being Canadian. I like being Canadian. That's why I rep, Canadian Carp Club. Yeah. Yeah. That's the Canadian flag, yeah. Canadian Carp Society. Sorry. we'd be the poorest state. I don't know, because if we were all like, if all of Canada was one state, we'd do pretty good actually. We'd be like California Part 2. We'd probably like be bomb, but I think that's something they got to do. Is like remove all this inter. I know they say they're doing it, but it's been what, a year now, and they haven't barely done anything. All the inter-provincial borders. Like, what's that about? Why can't we like why is Alberta like a different country? You know, like just let us sell things to other provinces. Who cares? Less people than California. True. Yeah. True. How many does California have? Do I fish for walleye? Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Haven't done it in a while. But yeah, I did it a lot this year actually. Probably more than most years. Because Lake Erie's just like stacked with them. It's the most populous fish. I think it's easier to get a walleye right now than it is a carp in Lake Erie. Anywhere you go, like, man, I've been catching them in creeks and rivers and stuff. Yeah, there's tons of walleyes. So, yeah, literally millions. Like they said, like 800 million or something. It was the estimate. Say more pot. Do you think it's possible to make good burgers from ground fish? I don't know. I don't see why. I mean, that's like a fish cake, right? I make fish cakes. Basically the same difference, right? I like fish cakes. You know, I do them with like bass and once in a while I'll take some suckers and make a fish cake out of them if I'm hard up. So fish patties, yeah, like yeah. So yes, the answer is yes, for sure. One of these days, maybe I'll do a video and I'll do a carp into a fish burger or probably a few fish burgers because I think that's like the only thing you could do with the carp. Oh no, that's not true, but you could smoke it. But smoking fish is like the way to make terrible things taste good. So you're down? Fish pat. So okay, Mike, here it is. We got to do it then. We'll go. Maybe not. Well, yeah, no, we're gonna use the boat, and we'll go up and we'll get a little carp, and we'll clean it up real nice. We'll bleed it out, and I'll bring some milk. And we'll put some milk in a cooler. I'll put the meat in the milk for like half an hour, and all right, and then we'll like cook it up. However, frying pan it, flake it off all the little bones. All the giant bones actually, and we'll make fish cakes in the boat, put them on a hamburger bun. We'll say we're making carp whoppers, and there it is. Boom. Video. Pow. Bang. Why don't people chicken fry salmon? I do. Especially cohos. Yeah, it's good. It's good. People who say you can't fry salmon are just wrong. Ground some gobies into a patty. I would try gobies, absolutely, because they are white meat, but they're very polluted, and it's just not a healthy thing to do as I smoke cigarettes and drink beer on my back deck. Is it good? Yeah, that's my favorite way. Yeah. My favorite way is to chicken fry salmon. Cohos, anyway. Like, I don't know about Chinooks, but cohos for sure. Huge carp and catfish in Hamilton Bay, but I wouldn't eat them. I wouldn't eat anything out of Hamilton Harbor. Even the stocked walleye I wouldn't eat. No matter what they say about how healthy it's getting, it's not. They're still dumping raw sewage in there all the time. Pantry, at least one cohort or chini a year. Oh, pan fry, yeah. Salmon bagel spread. Interesting. I never thought to do that. Do you smoke it, or how do you do that? Yeah, my mom likes the smoked salmon cream cheese. Salmon. The cohos I got last year were so good. Just like either chicken fried or done in the, I did them in the air fryer sometimes with just salmon bagel. Yeah, why not? I would definitely do that. That's a thing. Yeah, smoke it. Smoke it. Okay, add garnishes and sauce of your choice. Nice, nice. I don't have a smoker. I can smoke stuff. I have like the box that goes in my barbecue, so I can do smoking in my barbecue, but it's not quite the same. Philadelphia cream cheese salmon spread is just awful. Just totally not the same. And I always wondered why anyone would do that. Just buy cream cheese and buy your can of salmon. Like, ruin the cream cheese for the rest of the people in the house by making it salmon flavored, fake salmon flavored. Smoke it. Oh, okay. Tastes nasty. Yeah, it's gross, man. My mom likes that stuff, and I'm like, what? Just have cream cheese and a can of salmon. Mix your cream cheese and the salmon in a patty and friggin' make a salmon burger. Salmon burger. I've done salmon burgers. I do them quite a bit. They're really good, actually. Salmon burger with some bacon, a little lemon juice on top, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. Could eat that all day long, every day. Rather use it as fish bait. Yeah, it probably would. Cheese catches catfish. I'd rather just not spend a ridiculous amount of money on, subpar bait. Smoking salmon sucks even if you use a flavored paper towel. Yeah. Well, it's hard to dry it out, right? You gotta let it hang for a while. So yeah. Hey, what spot should I burn next? We've had some suggestions here, and I appreciate it. I know people like to see the shore fishing public spots, and so I'm not actually spot burning. I'm actually like reverse spot burning because I just go like use the most basic stuff and basically just like testing the waters. And this is my new thing lately. I test a spot or check a spot and give the idea of what it's like to fish the catfish and bass in Coots Paradise. Oh, bro, you survived so far. You've survived so far. It takes a little while for that sewage to kick in. Hey, you know what? There's a sewage plant here in town, and I've caught trout there and kept them. Probably just as bad. Catch fish with salmon cream cheese. No one cares about the gimmick videos anymore. Unfortunately. Yeah, salmon reminds me of a certain one night. Do a conversation area. Well, this is a conversation area, actually. We're having a conversation right now. I know what you mean. I'm pulling a dad joke. Well, I did Binbrook, but yeah, I thought about. So I got, look. As cool it is with YouTube and being monetized and stuff, I want to go somewhere where I'm going to catch a fish. So I was like, should I go to Deer Creek and do like shore fishing Deer Creek? Well, 20 years ago, that would have been a great idea. Would have caught a rainbow trout for sure, a stocked rainbow trout from shore at Deer Creek. But like the rest of Southern Ontario, it's all destroyed by overfishing. So Deer Creek can still be good, but you gotta have a canoe. And then, so that's like the closest one that's any good around here. Bacchus Mill is literally a joke. It's like a pond that's 6 inches deep that they stock trout in, and then they're all gone. Deer Creek. So I'll do Deer Creek, but I'm gonna bring the canoe. And I was gonna actually. Last night's plan for today was to do that, but I came outside and it was 40 degrees out, and I'm like, nah. Catch a 40-pound channel out of Hamilton. Yeah, okay. I want to see you break a world record, bro. Yeah. My bathtub. I haven't done the bathtub yet. I did the toilet, but I didn't do the bathtub in the past. I got a nice trout in the toilet. It was already filleted. Good to go. The bonito. You know what's cool about Hamilton, though? Oh, Bonin's Pond. Yeah. Yeah, so what I want to do is, honestly, I want to crash the Bonin Pond when Avery's there. Just so that, like, I have to force her into, like, giving me that celeb draw. Just have her come outside, be like, what are you doing in my pond? But yeah, I want to do that. What was I talking about? Hamilton Harbor. So a friend of mine caught 2 blue catfish out of Hamilton Harbor in the last couple of years. 2 confirmed blue cats, and there is giant channel cats as well. Not the right time of year for them, but I'm sure. I'm sure they're around. You ever seen the Fishway? Yeah, bro. So I grew up in Hamilton when I was a kid, and I was there when they built it. And that was like my favorite spot in the world until I was about 12 years old, and we moved to Norfolk County, and still was for a couple years after that. I loved fishing the Fishway. I think it's a giant, if we're going to talk about the logistics of it, I think it's a giant waste of money and terrible idea, but it's a good fishing spot. I hope you do and get it on video. Yeah, for sure. Oh, it will happen one of these days. Trust me, I'm cohorting with her father, and it's going to happen. But her problem is, like Avery's like full time pretty much on the YouTube, so she's home to sleep and then she's gone fishing. She fishes like I would like to, and I thought I fished a lot. I've seen so many possible Ontario record fish in the cages. Yeah, for real, man. I'm sure. And half of them get killed. And then, we're not. You know what? We're not even gonna go about the carp traps right now. Float and Field, welcome to the stream. How you doing, my friend? The carp traps. The carp traps were built 30 years ago, right? Roughly around 30 years ago, and it was to save the marsh in Coots Paradise because the carp were such a problem. I'm going on about it right now. We're going there. So the carp were the problem, right? They were ruining Coots Paradise. So the carp have been closed off from Coots Paradise for 30 years now. They kill them every time they go in the cages. Kill them off like crazy. And good luck catching a carp in Coots Paradise. So where are the reeds? Where's the plants? Why didn't none of that come back when they killed off all the carp? Gee, I wonder if maybe the carp weren't the problem at all. Maybe it was just humans blaming carp like they always do. From Long Point. Oh, okay. Hey, you're a local. I'm pretty close. I fish Long Point a lot. Not so much this year as much as usual because my boat's not docked there this year. But Long Point, yeah. Introduce her to Logan. Not even touching that. I broke my smallest chinny record on a fly. Now to beat my biggest. Mike's biggest Chinook was 97 pounds. He caught it in the Ganny in August of last year. My brother almost got a job at the Fishway. Nice. Bachelor Brad, don't do bad drugs. I only do good drugs. Yeah, no bad ones. Born and raised in Long Point. Nice. I'm surprised you don't already know me. Maybe you do. Maybe I don't know you. I don't recognize you from the name Float and Field. I never went to high school with anyone named Float and Field. Yeah. Anyways, we're dad joking it. We're living the dream. Mike, what is your biggest chitty? I'm sure you told me before. My biggest is 33 pounds. Not very big. Big, but not, not record breaking. I live in Norfolk? No. This is downtown Hamilton, right up in here. 45 pounds. Nice. London, 45 pounds. So about 33. Nice. So we're tied. Thanks for the donut holes, Moss. I'm not going to use your real name, but Moss. Yeah. Yeah, so what was I talking about? I gotta do Hamilton more. Number one, because it's like easy views. You just throw Hamilton in the title and everybody watches. Catch striped bass on the East Coast. You know what? I tried once. I went to Nova Scotia, and I was like a week early for the run. And then the very last day I was there, I was at the Annapolis River, and there was this huge fish jumping all around us. We were like trout fishing because we'd given up on the striper thing. So we're fishing for little like browns, Nova Scotia browns. and there's these huge fish jumping everywhere. And I was like, "What are those, beavers or something like that?" To the tackle shop owner, and he's like, "How big?" And I'm like, "Big, bro, like 3 foot. Like they were huge splashes all over the place." He's like, "Oh, well, those were stripers." And I'm like, "Oh, great." You know, when I had like panther martins to catch them on. So the last day I was there, the stripers started running in, and anyways, completely missed the boat. So I got to go back and do that one day. I believe the record is 47 pounds now, so let's get a 50. You go for it, bro. Unless I'm getting a 50 pounder in my boat on Long Point Bay, I'm not trying. I might get one in the South Coast, while I'm fishing for browns. It's peat moss. Okay, peat moss. I like corn. Me? I really like corn. It's corn. A big lump of nubs. It has the juice. What's the biggest you caught at a Princess Point? Not the harbor. Carp, you mean? Like way back when I was a kid and the traps weren't there? So we're talking, I was under 10 years old, so every fish looked 40 pounds to me. But thinking back on it now and just the general size of it, it's probably pushing 30 pounds. And my dad got a much bigger one the same day, and some Polish people actually kept it and ate it. Um, when I was a kid, before the traps were there, we caught some big pike at Princess Point. Not a lot of them, but I remember catching like a 38-inch pike in there before it all silted in. You know, because it used to be 3 or 4 feet deep. Now it's definitely not even close. And yeah, so I got like a really big pike there once when I was very young, but the traps ruined that. Of course, the good traps that were supposed to save Coos Paradise ruined the fishing there. Again, I'm gonna rant about the stupid carp traps. I hate them. Wasting millions of dollars. RBG sucks. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab another beverage here. One sec. Sounds like it does sound like they destroyed the fishery, doesn't it? It's almost as if the carp traps. Well, I was about, I'm gonna say probably about 10 years old. Growing grapes? No, we just got these vines. There's no grapes on the vines; they're just vines. I cut them out everywhere else, but I let them go up the TV tower because who cares? I think it looks cool. They were growing across the door and across the wheelchair ramp here for a while. But yeah, so anyways, Jacob, yeah, 30 years those traps have been there, and fishing hasn't improved somehow. Stratford, St. Mary's, not Stratford, no. I've done St. Mary's a few times. I always time them wrong. I always want to go to St. Mary's when the quillbacks are running, because they do run there at a certain time, but I always miss the run. Everyone's always like, "You're like a week late," or I've caught some nice bass in St. Mary's, some smallies in the river, some big rock bass in the quarry there. Not huge bass, like, river smallies. Maybe like a 2.5, 3 pounder. But some good ones, 2 pounders. I've caught some good ones. Catch one of the huge buffalo in the Thames and some absolutely massive ones off a few bridges. A quillback is a type of sucker with a really long dorsal fin. A lot of people confuse them with buffalo, but they're a different species. They don't grow very big, but they're just cool. I'm a multi-species guy, so I like to just catch one of everything. As for excitement, they're not great, but they mostly hit flies. That's mostly what they hit. I got a couple on corn over the years, and I got one on a minnow somehow, but they're mostly like filter feeders, so they mostly hit flies. Thames in London. Well, I got my big buffalo in London, and I'm over it. Really, it was really cool to catch one, but when I compare buffalo to carp, I would rather catch a carp. But I do want to get a buffalo out of Long Point Bay because the last couple of years, a couple of the marina slips right at spawn time get full of huge buffalo. So I want to be able to catch one here, and I know there is a spawning population in Big Creek, and fished there all pretty much all my life, and never I literally carp fished there, and never got a buffalo. But they're in there, so I really want to get one day. One of these days, I'll find them. I can catch a human in the Thames. Yeah, I'm often worried about that in the Grand as well. It happened to Marty McGass a few years ago. I can't even imagine. He caught a little kid that drowned. Caught her in Dunville. Yeah, that was a thing. It was really sad. That spot, yeah. Like I swear they've got to be in there at least at a certain time. They got to come through there, right? Because it's certainly not up, up in Delhi. You would see them. Snagged a small buffalo on a twister tail below Fanshawe. Wasn't the same. Yeah. Well, here's what I know about buffalo. I got mine floating a minnow below Adelaide Poop Chute, and it was huge. And I had another one on I think a week later, and that was the only ones I ever hooked. I know from watching Angler Files, he was fishing them on I think Welland River, or somewhere around maybe the Niagara. Small, very small pop-ups, about like an inch off the bottom. Seem to be targeting the buffalo more than the carp. So I have yet to actually try that. Maybe I'll go try that one of these days at the spot me and Mike fish. See if it does any better. I know I tried pop-ups there before, and all you got was bullheads, but it doesn't matter what I'm throwing in the water. I'm going to catch bullheads. Yeah, so the reason is the theory behind that is buffalo, they don't have a downturned mouth like a carp, right? So they're actually like a minnow. Even though they're a sucker, it doesn't make any sense, but their mouth is kind of upturned, so they eat horizontally. So you're better off with a pop-up or maybe even a zig, I would think. I was watching them eat off of the surface. Yeah, their lips are different. Yeah, like the carp is downturned mouth, and buffalo has just sort of a horizontal, straight mouth. I was watching a bunch of buffalo surface feed on the Welland River about 2 weeks ago, and was floating, bread and tortillas at them. Could not get them to eat anything. I don't know what they were eating. Must have been flies, but I of course didn't have my fly rod with me. But yeah, couldn't get one. I tried floating a worm, like 6 inches under the surface, just a little piece of worms. Maybe tricked them into thinking it was a fly, and one did hit that. They didn't hit corn at all. Corn. Oh, Logan's here. Oh, Logan. Goat. What's going on, my friend? Buffalo and quillbacks. Yeah, sorta similar, yeah. Sorta, not really. But like quillbacks are like filter feeders. Like most of what they eat the year, kind of like shad. Like 90% of what they eat in the whole year is plants. But there's certain times of the year they can't, so they switch to meat. Just trying for the air. Maybe like Welland River is so stagnant, maybe they just wanted air, but it looked like they were eating. Definitely looked like they were eating. There was carp there with them too. I got 2 carp off of the surface. But I thought they were all carp. God damn, slow down. I thought they were all carp because I was just watching the lips come up on the surface, right? And so I'm floating bread, and one of them finally hit, and I hooked the carp, and when I hooked the carp, a giant buffalo jumped out of the way of it. And I was like, whoa, holy crap. Then I went up on top of the bridge and looked down, and I was like, oh, wow, it's like 25 buffalo and 2 carp. Welland River has some fish, some huge carp. There's a lot of big fish in general. Let's not talk about that. That's nation's best kept secret. Southern Ontario's best kept secret. I think the only thing that keeps the Welland River alive is it's so polluted that only the most foreign of people would eat anything out of there. Welland, yes. And also a lot of it's private. You know, there's not too many short access spots on, especially in the upper Welland. Good spots in Saga, like Mississauga. I don't know, man. First time I ever fished the GTA was this year. Then I remember I fished Toronto Harbor again when I was like 6 years old. But yeah, I'm not from that area, and unfortunately I can't help you. Maybe someone here can help you. I fished the Humber River when I was there, 2 days. We caught white suckers and we caught small rainbow trout like smolts, and saw some big brown trout jump. And that's all I know about all of the GTA. Pretty much, I never been up that way. Can't wait to get together again, brother. Always good times and laughs. Yes, yes, it is. Except for when it isn't. When we go to Port Dalhousie and I'm angry. Is it really that bad? People talk shiz about the Grand too. The Grand is leaps and bounds better than Welland River. Welland River has not only well, the sewage plants are actually a lot better now, but Welland River has constant aircraft, chemical, and fuel spills. There's an airport on it, like above Binbrook, and that all seeps. It's been seeping down the river for like 80 years, and the fish are just done in there. So yes, it's really bad. Like there's literally signs. If you go to like EC Brown or upstream of there, there's signs that say not to eat anything. It's like it's not recommended to eat anything. Down, Chippewa, down close to the Niagara, it's okay to eat fish, but not the upper Welland, not above. Definitely not above Merritt Island, and I wouldn't keep one below Merritt Island. I kept a walleye once from Merritt Island, and it tasted like awful. The water's so warm too. That's like a great marinade. The London marinade. Credit sees massive pressure year round. Yeah, well, yeah. All those, I mean, everywhere in GTA does. Who wants to fish shoulder to shoulder surrounded by a stinky city? Ain't worth it unless you live in the GTA. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go there for salmon or, well, I might have to go there for salmon, but um, I wouldn't go there for that. That's why I would. So when I went to the Humber, there was rumors of red horse suckers being in the Humber, and I really wanted to research that, and just didn't have enough time to fish enough spots and figure out. So we just kind of parked in one spot and fished, and we caught big white suckers, 20, 22-inch white suckers. So I was impressed by the size of them in there. But other than that, the little trout, and it's a shallow river. Next Thames Tuesday, I have no idea, my friend, no idea. Tuesdays, like summertime, sucks. It just sucks for me. Don't even get into it. I just like summertime is like a write-off, so probably fall is the next time I'll get out to London. Hamilton Bay is like yeah, like, and it's cleaned up a lot, but it's still really bad. All about that urban vibe. Yeah, those urban views, right? Because that was like my most viewed video this year was going to the Humber and catching suckers. Yeah, YouTube wise, I have to go and do it apparently once or twice a year. Is there any pike in the credit near the porch? Yeah, well, Mike's answering you, but yeah, there's definitely pike down there. Not a lot. The bay, but the lake is great. Decades of pollution stuck in the mud, not great. Yeah, exactly, right? Like Hamilton still has like 20% dead zone or something from all the years of Dofasco and stuff. Prefer Bronte for salmon. Honestly, so do I. If I had to go fish salmon. Brownie, are you talking to him? Okay, Brownie is. I don't think Brownie's worse. No, there's more room to spread out. Great fishing on Lake Ontario, and some days it's like glass. Not many people fish it, but it's loaded and stocked. Yeah, I mean, for the salmon and trout. No, all the other Great Lakes are great for salmon and trout. Of course, Ontario's better because it didn't have a population crash of the Chinooks. But all of them except Erie are really good for the cold water fish. But Erie, as it turns out, has more fish, like just all fish in general, than all of the other Great Lakes combined, including Superior. I was impressed by that. Because I know Superior has like a ton of cold water fish, Lakers and brookies and stuff. I resemble that remark. I'm not sure how Bronny Pier is anymore. I mean, loaded with people, of course. All the piers going to Lake Ontario are loaded with people. But I know for a while there was like Karens having it cut off for fishing. I don't know if it was a COVID thing or what, but I'm pretty sure it's back to you can fish both sides of Bronny again now. Steel City, I guess perch population. Yeah, well, there's too many walleye, right? Something's gonna fill the void, and I wouldn't say it's crashing. It's not as good, right? But yeah, definitely don't see as many perches. Like there's so many walleye now. Gutted for salmon. Who cares? It's still like anyone cares about that. Like everyone's there to do that. Nothing quite like the shit show of Thornbury below the ladders anymore. Really, I have never been to Thornbury. I was thinking about going this year, but I heard bad things, so I didn't go. Into any of them salmon tourneys, there was a lot of nothing during COVID. Are they even back? Never done one, my friend. Nah, salmon and trout are an occasional thing for me, and my dad used to do them. My grandfather, he was actually a charter on Lake Ontario before I was even born, I believe, called the Silver Poppy Charters out of Burlington. But he did the great salmon hunt every year. But I have no idea. Thornbury, any easy access spot, right? It's gonna be a shit show. That's why I don't do the salmon and trout thing. Like I can't be bothered. I don't respect them that much that I want to torture myself to catch one. I don't deal well with crowds, right? So I don't do a lot of that stuff. And to go chase salmon and trout in the boat, number one, you need calm water, which, Lake Ontario, like you said, especially on the south shore here, because with a lot of southwest wind, you can do it, but gas, right? It's a lot of gas. You got to get out probably 2-3 miles to get out to where they are in the summertime. And, bro, I barely afford to get to work anymore. Toronto took over everything. Toronto took over Long Point. Toronto took over Port Dover. Toronto took over everything. Toronto. We all know what that means. Yeah, because their GTA trips are so congested that they had to spread out. And there's already, the locals fishing those areas. So it just congests everything. And yeah. yeah. Even Big Creek sucks now. They blame, we have the Big Creek anglers who have it written on their windshields and big decals, Big Creek anglers, who complain when someone else mentions Big Creek. They ruined it. Like, you're bringing the power because you want the attention. Look at me, I'm virtuous. I cleaned up some garbage on Big Creek today. Why is there people here leaving garbage? I have no idea. Anyways, follow us, Big Creek anglers. Want some fun fish? Kincardine in the Causeway. The Riddle Current there. I have no idea what you're talking about. Riddle Current? It's basically no current. Kincardine. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been to Kincardine a few times. It's like the current goes both ways. Like you have the lake tide all the way up to the bridge, and then after that it's like dry. Probably used to have more flow, but I don't know. A lot of those trips I see out there are like stagnant now. The times I've been. Port Franks. Name rings a bell. Probably went there once. Probably didn't like it. Yeah, I mean, I don't travel very far for trout, man. Like, you couldn't find a person who respects them less. Like, ask Mike. Like, I go, if I couldn't eat steelhead, I would never ever fish for one. I'm probably the last person you want at your run, honestly, because I'm gonna eat it, whatever it is. I don't care about the size. I don't care about anything. I'm just gonna eat my one steelhead and go home. Only ever one though. Current runs down, then it switches and goes up river. What? Okay. Port Franks is great for bullheads. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm there. Port Franks getting better for walleye. If you want walleye, go to Erie. It's so easy. Dude, Dylan's, I don't know if it's his girlfriend or that girl he fishes with all the time. She got one on Port Dover Pier on a piece of shrimp. Willow got one on a piece of shrimp on a Pirco rig this year in June. Lake Erie's got too many walleye. Please eat them all. Not all of them. Leave some, but eat a lot of them. Yeah. Well, exactly. You know, your reason for going to the Ganney for your numbers of the, oh, it gets 20,000 fish or whatever the hell you say all the time. That's why I would go to Lake Erie for walleye. There's 100 million of them out there. If you can't catch one, you suck. Perch have been getting better in Godrich. I've never caught a perch in Godrich. It's like the only thing I've never caught there. Oh, Port Franks. That's just up the way from Godrich. Yeah. No, that's not it. I'm thinking of Port Albert. Port Albert, we got perch. We got a lot of perch there. Need a boat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to bring my boat there when we were up there. But the wind was never conducive, of course. You're on the east side of Lake Huron. It's never good enough for a 15-foot aluminum boat. Kind of like Lake Erie, you know. Yeah, I wanted to go fish the mouth of that river, the Maitland, see what we could get, but never panned out. Used to go out the rocks in Godrich by the salt mine. Can't anymore? Why can't you? Wait, what rocks? Godrich Harbor has a lot of fish though. You can just see them swimming around. Port Franks is south. Oh, okay. Port Franks down there. Okay. Be nice for a canoe trip. Yeah, probably would. I know where you mean now. I'm thinking, yeah. I've never been there. Never been to Port Franks. Now that you mentioned that. I heard there was muskies there. It's blocked out. Oh, I know where you mean. Yeah, okay. Cousin caught 150 legit 10 to 12 inch jumbos in April by the harbor. Nice. Yeah, we caught some good ones at Port Albert too. Off of that weird sideways pier, casting out into the lake. Not that many, but you know, we were shore fishing with shrimp. But we got a meal's worth. I think like a dozen. Perch is another thing I don't know. I'll go fish for them when I need some meat, but otherwise I don't really care. Try going for muskie and Rice Lake at one follow. Yeah, rice is tough. Well, it's tough in general because, of course, fishing pressure and catch and keep. But pike got into rice and it ruined it, man. The rice used to be so good. My grandfather had a tackle store in Keene, Ontario, so I did a lot of summers fishing Rice Lake, and yeah, it's nothing like what it was. The pike ruined it. Definitely snow muskies there. Like it's big enough. It's pike in the autonomy too, Mike. They're all the way up into Little Lake now. It's not good anymore. I don't know what I was saying. Anyways, yeah, there used to be a lot of muskies. The pike ruined it. Muskies used to spawn in the Indian River right by my grandfather's store there. And now the pike come in first. They spawn. And then the yearling, or not the yearling, the hatchling pike are just big enough to eat fry by the time the muskies hatch. So they eat all the muskies. So any muskies that are spawning now in Rice Lake are spawning like offshore on, you know, humps or the old rail bed, and trying to stay away from where the pike are spawning. So yeah, and I mean a lot of the Kawarthas are like that now. Yeah, no, man. I had the best day of muskie fishing of my life in the Otonabee. I got 12 or 13 muskies in one day, but that was before there was pike. I went there, I think just before COVID. We went and rented a boat on the lower Otonabee down closer to Rice Lake, and I had one muskie follow and thought I finally got a big one, and it was like a 36-inch pike. So the pike had been there a long time. And Cameron Lake, I used to like for muskies too. Cameron, Sturgeon Lake, but the pike are in there now and completely ruined it. Way too many pike. Bro, I on the Kawarthas, I think every single pike should be thrown into a bucket. I don't think they should be wasted, but they should be thrown into a bucket and eaten or fed to homeless people or something. They should have. I don't know why they left a season on pike in the Kawarthas. Like what a travesty, destroying the muskies by. Yeah, pike are delicious for sure. When I was at Cameron Lake last time I went there, which I believe was 2020 actually, um, all kinds of hammer handle pike. Like that was basically all we were catching. I got a big walleye the first night we were there, and I'm trolling for muskies every single day of the week, and we had a couple on. But every single pike until I had a limit every day, I'd come home, flay them up, we'd eat them, and I maybe I'm confessing to a crime here, but if we ate those 6 pike that day, I went back out and caught 6 more pike and kept them too, because I hate pike in the Kawarthas. It should not have ever happened. And Cameron Lake's small, man. It's too small to have both. I can't believe it still has any muskies left in it. I thought that was going to be the end of it forever, but the only saving grace to Cameron Lake it has the Burnt River, so it has some spawning areas for the muskies to keep surviving. You only got one muskie in the Kawarthas? Yeah, nice. It's nice when they hit top water. Last one I got was on a frog too, actually, on the Kawarthas. Grandparents had a trailer on Cameron. Nice. My grandfather had a cottage on the Burnt River, just up from Cameron Lake where it dumps in. No fish for them, yeah. Well, Mike's about to comment that he doesn't fish for them either, but he catches 20 every time he goes out on swim baits or row or whatever. That was the last photo I have with my grandfather. Biggest muskie I've seen so far. Can you share photos here? Bass gear catches, yeah. Well, that's another big problem too. But um, I think the reason that muskies have come back so much in Lake Erie and St. Clair and stuff is because people are more educated on that now. It's analog, yeah. I don't see no picture. Yeah, sorry, man. um, People are better about actually using proper gear to catch muskies now, and getting them in the boat fast enough and reviving them. Even when I was young, we didn't know that stuff. We were like, "Oh wow, they're like a powerful pike," but really they're fighting themselves to death. So when you catch them on bass gear, uh, you're probably killing them if it's like a spinning rod or something. Um, yeah. So when I was taking her muskie fishing the first time. She's seeing this, the size of the rods and reels that I'm using. And like, that's not for me. It's not because it fights so hard that it's gonna break 80-pound braid. It's just that's for the fish to get it in the boat as fast as possible, so you don't kill it. I'm taking a shot every time you smoke. Every smoke you have, slow down. It's hard when I'm sitting outside and drinking beer. Normally, I keep it completely under control in the house. Uh, Fishing is really bad. I smoke way too much when I'm fishing, but yeah, when I'm sitting outside, and there's just like the gloves are off and I'm drinking beer, then it's chain smoking. Caught a 10 feet for sure. Buried 36 inches. Didn't have a safe. Yeah. Generally, it's I'm not a muskie expert by any means, but in my experience, it's usually like the smaller ones that hit like topwater frogs and mice and stuff. Gotta use a really big topwater to get a big muskie. Usually, not always. Catch 2 tiger muskies in Sombra the other year. Well, I don't know where Sombra is, but that's cool. I've had a couple of tigers follow on the bay, because of course both are there. Never got one though. I never even got an adult muskie on the bay. Peter Art, hey my friend, been a while. How you doing? We're just talking fishing tonight. Out back. Hooked a 34-pound Chinook on my bass setup on the Ganny. It broke me off on the bank and then went belly up. Went belly up, really? I'm sworn to secrecy, Peter. Nope, not telling you. Sorry. The campground told me not to promote it. So it's a private lake. Only the people that have a campsite there can fish it, or I think there's 5 cottages on it. They're the only ones that have any access to it. Otherwise, yeah, they don't promote it. They don't want anybody. They don't want any extra traffic there. We were lucky to get our spot this year. It was a last minute thing, and I can't give it away. But it's Bruce County, and yeah, I know you want to go there for all the crappies. I know you do. I'm not an idiot. I know you want to go there and rape the crappies, but I can't give it away. I'm not allowed. They'll never let me go back if I give it away. Trust me, a lot of people have been asking about that. Favorite Crownland lake? I don't know if I've ever been to one. Lake Erie. There's some Crownland down in Long Point. Yeah, I never. I don't think I've ever been to a Crownland lake that I know of. Looked like Southside Pond. It was Southside Pond. The crappies were all in between 40 and 20 feet of water. Totally. Honestly, when I came back, and when I was talking to the people at the park, I was like, I really want to post this because this lake has too many crappies in it. And I think they could do well, like opening up that boat ramp for a season and just letting people take all the crappies out. But they were not for it. And understandably, the people that have trailers there and camp there probably eat crappies every freaking day of the week because they're so easy to catch. But yeah, I gotta do what they say. They didn't want me to give it away. Last year when I was there, the bass fishing and the pike fishing was much better than it was this year. But Kyle got a big bass, a couple big bass. I lost a big smallie, but yeah, it was a little disappointing in that way. The beautiful crappies there, yeah, man. They were all like, bro, I'm telling you, that lake was insane. It's 60 feet deep. And mosquito on my neck. Okay, well, I'm immune to them. Honestly, I really am. I'm immune to mosquito bites. Anyways, what was I saying? The lake is 60 feet deep at the deepest point, but anywhere from 40 to 8 feet of water, cloud of crappies under the boat all day long. That's why I didn't record it much. Like, it was nothing to catch crappies there. It was like, I don't know. I've never been to a lake like that. And they're all, besides a few that were like 6 inches, but a lot were 8 to 10 inches. And not very many big ones. Like, the biggest one we got was 11 inches. What's sad is we had lots of areas like that. Well, exactly. That's why the people at the park don't want to give it away, right? Yeah, because it's definitely, people will rape it in 2 weeks. They'll all be gone. Crappies are stupid. Crappies are so stupid, and people don't get this. When you fish for crappies and it seems limitless, that's because literally every single crappie in that school will eat until the whole school is gone. And people think it's just like, oh, I got 40 crappies. And the next time they go back, where'd the crappies go? Like, he literally ate every single one in one trip. They all eat. They're so stupid. Halton region? Maybe. I can't think of. I don't even know what all Halton region is. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm not wanting to know where. Just asking. Actually, I got crappy close to home. Oh no, that's good, man. That's good. No, I'm not. I'm not like flaming it for it. Like, I'm like, bro. If I was watching that video, I'd be like, oh, where the hell was that? I want to go eat some crappies. I was just like, I lucked into it. A guide friend put me onto it. Actually, it was my connections with him that even got us a campsite. And yeah, no, I'm not. Trust me, nothing negative towards you, Peter. Not at all. I totally want to know where that was too. You know, curiosity's sakes. Either way, rivers or ponds. Rivers or ponds. Rivers or ponds. Dot dot dot. There's a mosquito on the. Oh, they're coming out now, aren't they? Yeah, being immune to mosquito bites because I've been out in the woods my entire life came in really handy when we were up camping because the mosquitoes would swarm us at 8:30 every night. First, it was deer flies. We'd have an hour of deer flies. I'm not immune to them. I hate their guts. Very painful. And then the mosquitoes would come at about 8:30 every night, and they were totally bothering Kyle, and he can't use deep woods off because he breaks out. And I wasn't even using bug spray. You know, he's like, "Bro, your legs are covered in mosquitoes." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I don't feel them." Tick on the other side. You know what? Wouldn't surprise me. It was in the grass today. Feel like I'm immune to poison ivy? Well, you might be. Halton area asking about rivers or ponds. Oh, okay. You're not talking to me. Gotcha. But yeah, I don't. I feel the mosquitoes bite, and it's kind of an annoyance. But I don't like swell up. Nothing. No itchiness. Not anymore. I used to real bad. I feel like I died from mosquito bites at one point in my life because I was like, I got so many one time. Oh no, I'm freaking allergic to beef now. I'm done. Maids. I'm going for the maids. Crappie guys small. Crappie close to you. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. There was a lot of like small fish, right? They were all 8 to 10 inches. All of them. Like the biggest one we got was like 11 inches. Perfect for eating, right? Because nobody wants to eat the 12 to 14 inches except for rednecks from St. Williams. Yeah. Amount of times I've trounced through this stuff and cutting trees. I think I got the rash once, but couldn't confirm. I don't even know. Like, I've never had a poison ivy rash either, and I've done a lot of tromping. I'm sure I probably walked through it. So I think some people are probably just immune to poison ivy. Because yeah, I've never had a rash from it. Actually, didn't really think about that till just now. But I was like, huh. Yeah, I think some people are just immune to it. But all the poison things, I've never had a rash from anything. Stinging nettle, I'm not immune to. I even grabbed a giant hogweed. I was coming out of the Thames one day in Dorchester a few years ago. We were like waiting, and we just like picked some random spot to go up on the bank. And I grabbed onto what I thought was a tree and pulled myself up onto the bank. And I was like, holy crap, I just grabbed hogweed. Because it was definitely hogweed. It was like 6 feet tall and huge like a tree. I'm like, oh God. And I looked at my hand and I'm like in the sun. I'm like, well, I'm done now. And nothing ever happened. So I don't know. Maybe I'm immune to hogweed too. Or maybe I just got lucky and it was like, I don't know, cloudy or something. And I washed my hand off later. Chicken box rash? I've had chicken box. I only got a rash. I have lots of crappy fishing spots from bank. Okay, well that's good. It's good. Good for you, bro. Me too. Crappies ain't no thing. The only thing that hurts crappie fishing, 'cause they're so easy to catch, is just so many people keep them all. That's the problem. Purple Angelica. I don't even know what that is, bro. Don't even know. That's a thing I should work. How many things do I have to look out for nowadays? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. I think I really think that we're watching Southern Ontario kind of drop off in fishing wise, and I really think it's going to get worse as food prices go up, and there's absolutely no solution at hand to fix that. I think that people are going to be keeping a lot more fish, unfortunately, and it's going to get worse. And keep your spots to yourself and treat them with respect. Don't keep the huge breeding fish. Keep the moderate sized ones, selective harvest. Keep the populations there. Otherwise, we're going to have a whole lot more of, wow, this was great 10 years ago. It is what it is. And I can't make you do any of that stuff. You're within your legal limits to take whatever the hell you want. But for the good of yourself and in your own spots, I suggest you don't absolutely smash grape the crappie population or whatever it is. When I was around 11 at summer camp, I had strep throat, poison ivy, pink eye, and sprained ankle. Oh God, getting worse and worse. Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's sad. It's sad. Yeah, not much more to say about it. People really, really, really got to learn selective harvest, and especially crappies. Like you will literally fish them out yourself. You can't say there was a couple of rednecks here the week after me and they kept them all. If you kept a 12 or 13-inch crappie, you're partially to blame at least. Those ones need to stay in the system. Just like bass, you keep a 2-pounder, sure. Do not keep a 5-pound bass. There's no point. Why? There ain't that much more meat on them. Purple Angelica looks very similar to Giant Hog. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I do know the difference because we had that in my parents' backyard, actually. And there's also another one, Wild Parsnip. Looks similar, but not as big. I know about that one, too. Sounds like a real bad summer camp, actually. First best spot is in Kingston. Oh, sorry, I missed that, Peter. Kingston, nice. Yeah, I've only ever fished in Kingston once, and I caught bass and pike. I never caught any crappies. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you where we were. We were at some marina. I get harassed for the 6 fish I keep in between spring and fall. Well, yeah, that's another thing. Like, bro, if somebody's not breaking the law, then you got nothing to say about it. All I can do is highly suggest that people selective harvest and do it properly. Like, I'm not gonna flame anybody. It's legal. It's legal. Like, what am I gonna say about that? I'm not a biologist, and I'm sure that's what you're thinking when I say that. But I've done pond management a lot of years, and I know what's best for the pond. Bass, when it comes to bass, keep 12-inch bass all day long. Keep as many as you want. Keep a limit every day, and you will only make the fishery better. Crappies, keep 8-inch crappies all day long, and you will only make the fishery better. Stuff like that. It all happened during my last few days of the overnight summer camp. You know me, I always selective harvest. I've never even seen you select anything to harvest, actually, Mike. I kept your trout. It's still in my freezer, labeled Mike's trout. The amount of meds was crazy and not needed. God. I don't care if I see the same dude there hauling out 4 bows from below Denny's. Like, oh yeah, because the limit's 1, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's poaching then, right? I keep my bow. I don't take a limit every day of the week. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, if it was me, I'm going to tell you right now, I'd probably be eating that bow when I got home and going back the next day to get another one. But after I've had 2 or 3 bows, I'm over it. I don't need to eat any more rainbows. But yeah, there's a lot of freezer stockage. That's a big problem too. Bring them back to the. Oh yeah, okay. So that's poaching. It's poaching. Yeah, it's not the same. That's not the same. It's not within the legal limit. That's illegal. Literally illegal. I see you guys take limit one day and then back the next day and then yeah. I watched it as a kid. I'm Port Dover Pier, man. People, when the perch were actually good there, when fishing was actually worthwhile, I'd see people get 50 perch, take them in the car, bring them back home, and then come back out in the evening because we were out there friggin' sun up to sundown. And yeah, you can't tell me they went home and ate 50 perch and then came back out. Still wouldn't be legal if they did, but whatever. That's a gray area. Bring some screws and nails to put on their tires. Don't even, just call the MR. No reason to go full combat. That's, you know what? Two wrongs don't make it right? You're freaking. Oh, you're doing something illegal that hurts the fisheries that I like, so I'm going to do something illegal to you. Bro, that's not very liberal of you, Jacob. And they wonder why they wonder, well, it's the damn Asians, obviously. Joking. That's a joke. It's an inside joke between me and Mike. Nothing against Asians at all. Actually, in GTA, crappy sunfish perch are all smaller fish and been cleaned up already. Well, okay. It's also the GTA. People just keep everything in the GTA. That's the problem. That's another problem. It's keeping, any size you get, whatever. The fisheries can't take it. Look, a lot of people keep the small, the small sunfish. And when I grew up, fishing Rice Lake, we had Americans that came up. My uncle had a cottage rental place called Whispering Pines. I believe it's gone now, and also in Keene. And Americans all the time were there, and they'd fill up fish baskets with little 2 or 3 inch sunfish. They'd fish them all week. They'd have baskets all around the boat because there was no limit, and it was fine. The fishing was still good. There was lots of panfish in the lake, but the problem is when people keep everything. The big trophy fish are the ones you need to leave in there no matter what. I don't care what you believe. If you believe you should be taking the trophy fish out, you're wrong. You're literally wrong. No matter where you are, wherever you are. It's, you can take too many small fish out, but it takes a lot. It's a lot harder to take all the small fish out than it is to take out the trophy ones, because obviously there's less of them. I get enough of car trashing and I do nothing wrong. Yeah, well, that's it, right? And, when you go to vigilante justice, maybe someone saw you fishing and just thought, you were flossing or snagging or something like that. They were like, oh, I'm going to go slash his tires. Meanwhile, you were doing nothing. I know you were doing nothing wrong. Everybody knows Mike wasn't doing anything illegal. He's like the most ethical guy on the river. But maybe they saw you from a distance and thought you were, and so they went vigilante. And I'm like, I'm going to go slash his tires now. And so that's why you don't do it either, because you could be wrong. You're not a detective. Leave it to the MNR, and if the MNR doesn't want to do anything about it, then I guess the river's screwed. Whatever, that's their responsibility. Leave the breeders in, yeah, exactly. Never in my life cut the bow over 6 pounds. I kept 2 one day that were both 14 pounds. Not my proudest moment. You put the nail there so they run over it on their own. Yeah. Not even as good eating when they're big. Those 14 pounders I kept tasted pretty good. I believe in that. You are taking a lot of shots, aren't you, Jacob? Yeah, no, I would. So, I was young, stupid. I was being trained by local, keep everything type of guy, and so we kept 2 big steelhead. And yeah, you're right. I would only ever keep, smaller ones ever again. I would never keep a 10 pounder. That's for sure. Kidding about that? I know you're kidding. You know me, I don't take anything seriously. I'm surprised we still have light out here. I mean, there's clearly a porch light, but I'm surprised there's still light out. I can see the moon. The moon's like looking full and red off in the distance. I can't turn the camera around yet because it's behind trees, but yeah, we were oh, what was I gonna go say? Message. Message? Being fun, drinking beers, talking fishing after work on YouTube. Yeah, man. I live in the U.S. and Canada. I live in the U.S. and Canada. I think is different. I think the U.S. has it better. You know, crappies are super common in the U.S., but I think they stock a lot more, and I think that the government doesn't just completely steal from them. They actually use taxes for things that help citizens. Sometimes, not always. And fisheries is one of the things. You know, they if a fish is getting low, they stock. You know, and Canada doesn't do that unless it's some lake up north that Doug Ford flies into every year. Then they'll stock that one with splake. Hearing the crickets getting louder. Yeah, yeah, I guess so. USA is better enforcement too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, better enforcement, better stocking, better management. Canada, oh, they have slots. Okay, I didn't know they had slots on crappie. That's cool. Good, good. I wish that. I wish Canada would have a maximum size on crappies of 9 or 10 inches. That would be perfect. White bass limit 25. No limit on white bass in Canada. More people, more money. Yeah, well, so that works for some states, but basically every state is run better outdoors management wise. Basically, except for maybe California and Colorado, but even they do stock as well. Once, unless they need to. Well, they need to. They need to. What kind of a stupid bro? What kind of a stupid thing is that to say? They need to. How many friggin' lakes, into Waterford Ponds, there's no friggin' fish left in there? They need to. What do you mean they don't need to? You're talking about trout, and I don't care about trout, and who cares? Well, I'm talking about the fish that matter, and they need to friggin' stock them. Quit making excuses for a freaking incompetent government that sucks. And this is the provincial government I'm talking about, so it's not a conservative thing, or it's not a liberal thing. We have a so-called conservative government. You think about immigration. Actually, the U.S. is much more immigration than Canada. But I didn't talk about immigration at all. I never mentioned it. I'm sure, yeah. Everyone wants to go to the States. Yeah, absolutely. The U.S. has more immigration, but it's more enforced. Now, anyway. Yeah, by all means. Canada just lets everybody in. But I don't care about that. That's not regulation. Government monitor it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. For the most part, they let the right people in, right? Because, I ain't got a problem with immigration. I grew up, my friggin' school in Hamilton was a mosaic, all kinds of races. It's not about where they're from. It's just, let the people, don't let people in that are from, crime families and, terrorist cells. And you're pretty good, as long as they want to be a Canadian, it's all good. I didn't mention the brownies. No. No. Okay, I alluded to it, but that's Toronto. But that's what I'm saying. Like, those are the people that, they live in a lawless land, and then they come here and there's nobody making them obey our laws either. They're just like, oh yeah, just go on, continue living like it's a PvP server, and do whatever you want, and you'll get special treatment because you didn't know, and it's all good. You know, you trafficked a few women. How could you know that was against the law? And demonetized. I think so. I'm in agreement. Yeah, I know. And most people are. Most sane people are, right? Like, they turn it into, well, you're racist if you say anything about it. How dare you mention that there's a literal mafia crime family here named the Singhs, because that is like a mafia in India, the Singh family. Of course, everybody's Singh, right? Like it's like Smith here, um, but the Singh family is like a mob family in India. They're organized crime, and what do you see in all the crime reports? You know, the big trafficking. What they get? They got like 1.7 tons of drugs the other day, and it was like 9 out of 12 of them were Singhs, right? So it's like there's a connection there. Come on, U.S. more people fishing, but more fish. Some people think it's the weather. Not true. It's because of enforcement. Yeah, it's enforcement and stocking and proper management and um, biologists who actually do something. You know, up here it's bureaucracy. You know, socialist government. A bunch of people that have jobs. That their whole job is trying to make jobs that justify them having a job, versus let's make the fishery better. It's bad. It's bad. How can anyone be racist when we're all human? Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. People are people, and unfortunately, now that's racist to say. Is I don't see color or people are people. It's racist to say that now. Now it's racist to not care about race. That's how far insanity into insanity we have gone. Progression of a it's very progressive. Yes, definitely evolution. If a cannibal uses a fork, better yet if they use like a garlic butter. People are people. Yeah, cultural differences, and the new thing is that we have no culture here in Canada. Well, I mean, any Canadian knows that we absolutely do. Half of the elbow people are proud of their culture, and that's why they voted for elbows. I don't get it. Anyways, I always refuse to talk politics, but I guess 2 beers is the limit to make me start speaking my mind on that. If they get BK to make a burger, I hear McDonald's has the human meat. That's what the internet says. There's not enough cows in the world to supply McDonald's, which is absolutely incorrect. But yeah, there's metrics. Honestly, McDonald's tastes the most like beef out of all of them, even though I don't like it. The rest of it tastes completely fake, like a sponge. But McDonald's definitely does use beef. But if that is human meat in there, then it tastes delicious. It tastes just like beef. Lake Erie, Ohio stock walleye lots of years. Right now, New York. Did you hear Canada did something to walleye fishery? Yeah, Canada increased the limits for the commercial fishermen, so they can take more of the ones that the U.S. put in. So that's what they've done. I know up north where nobody fishes, they enforce a lot more for some reason. Probably because those are the lakes that Doug Ford likes to go fish, and they have stricter guidelines on the walleye up there. But no, Canada, I've never seen them. I've seen private hatcheries do things for walleye down here, like the Grand River. Oh, what is that? Not a tick. The Grand River Angling Association, or whatever they're called, lifts walleye and stocked walleye a little bit in the Grand. But M&R only kind of oversaw that. Again, we'll send our biologist in to check mark on the piece of paper that he said that's all right. Again, biologists, M&R justifying jobs by making new jobs. PBR strong. Yeah, that's a problem. I think I scared Kyle up north after a few nights of PBR strongs. We need a fishing trip in BK. Let's go. Whatever. Gosh, yeah. I don't have Burger King that much anymore. Honestly, probably been 3 weeks. Dougie brought us beer to buy at the variety store and gas stations. Well, I'm a centrist. I'm not objective, and you know what? This came from a convenience store, so thank you, Doug Ford, for that. Fishing sucked today. I couldn't catch a fish because you refused to do anything about enforcement or stocking or anything about the local fisheries, and they have the same limits as Lake Erie. But on the way home, when I was depressed, I could buy a 12-pack of PBR Strongs at the gas station. So, I mean, kind of equals out in the end, doesn't it? Pabst. PBR. I'm a cheap ass and will only go to the beer store because it's cheaper. Yeah, I have it mapped. Here's my alcoholism. I have it mapped all of the convenience stores that don't charge any premium whatsoever, and so I have 3 in town that don't, and so it's the same. Because it was after hours when I got home for our beer store. Ours on Tuesday closes at like I think 7 o'clock. But yeah, I refuse to go to any of the ones that charge a premium. There's one like literally, I don't know. I could walk there down the street from my house, and he charges like $4 more than the beer store. So I was like, at first I was like, oh yeah, he's finally got beer, and then I went in and bought a 6-pack, and it was like, oh yeah, it's $17 for Laker Ice. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's the last time I'll be coming here. LCBO is cheaper for beer than the beer store. Yeah, usually they have good specials there. There are ones that don't. That's crazy. And nice AI. Yeah, at least in the sticks there are. I don't know what's AI. I'm most fishing in Fort Erie and go to the U.S. side too. Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, um, I've been to a bunch of states in my life, and they all had great fishing. All of them, you know. Um, Even like ponds in the states, they don't get fished out because, you know what? If you keep the enforcement right and the fish numbers right relative to the population, like a biologist should be figuring out, then there's plenty of fish to go around. That they don't run out. But here, Canada is about restricting things all the time, and oh, there's too many people fishing the Ganney, cut it off, and then so that doesn't stop people from salmon fishing. That makes all those 4,000 people that were to go to the Ganney that day go to Bowmanville instead, or Oshawa Creek instead, which are smaller creeks and can't handle the pressure, and it makes it worse. So, anyways, we're going into that again, and I'm going to stop. More expensive in London. Oh, AI. Okay, some thumb slip. Well, cities are more expensive for everything, aren't they? Can you tell me the difference on both sides? Well, I think I've covered that. Yeah, the Americans have way more enforcement and just better management in general. Better rules. You know, when it comes to slot limits and things like that, America's way better at it. Um, put more pressure on less fish. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's it. Right. Canada's all about close it off. Close this spot off. That Peace Bridge? Well, I mean, hell, you can go across from freaking Fort Erie in May and go catch bass in Lake Erie. And guess what? There's still lots of bass in Lake Erie. But again, Canada is just shut it off. Season's closed. We did our job. Everything's great. But meanwhile, that has nothing to do with it. Anyways, there's a lot of factors that go into that. But Go to Florida and fish the sewers and catch exotic aquarium fish. Yeah, I know. I want to go back. There's been so many invasive species since I was there last that I want to go catch them all. Yeah, Jacob's fished the Forks, I'm sure, many times. How does Jacob not know? Well, maybe you just don't know Moss from his name on here. But I'm pretty sure you guys know each other. Because Moss knows Logan. And I gotta not say, I keep on saying Jacob, so I'm doxing Jacob. But I gotta not say people's real names on here because it is technically like a dox. Unless they ask me to. Iguana bounty. My uncle used to live in St. Petersburg. He's a rich man. He had a big property there. And there was always iguanas and lizards out back behind his house. No, Logan, probably not Jacob. I think you know Jacob too. Pretty sure you've been mentioned before, and I think you fished with both of them. U.S. built long walk road and fence. People have lots of parking and fishing there. Well, that's the other thing too, is access, right? This is the thing. Canada likes to close off access to everything, and again, that drives more pressure to the few places that are open. Versus the thing in a free country would be to open more access to everything. Then people can spread out. It works actually in not even just Canada, because Nova Scotia's like that. If you're not on no, sorry. How does it work in Nova Scotia? If you're fishing, you're basically good to go anywhere you want. There's no such thing as private property, and it works out good because you can just, as long as you're the one that's willing to walk through the brush and the grass in someone's field to go to another spot in the creek, then people can spread out everywhere. There's no condensed fishing spots besides maybe like river mouths going into the ocean. There's no condensed spots where people are all shoulder to shoulder because everybody can spread out. You can go where the hell you want, and that's the thing. I said that during COVID. Like, instead of closing off, saying no more going outside, no more going into public spaces, what they should be doing is saying no more private property. You can just go wherever the hell you want and let everybody spread out. Dig deep, Canada side, super shallow, and nothing. Well, I don't know. Dredging has its ups and downs. I don't know about that. Temporary, yes, it's a good thing, but it's also contributes to the lake levels dropping. There are places here where towns would do better if they had paid park and more open fishing. There's a lot of places that would do better if they would just do that. That's one thing I've always said about Hamilton. This is why I think Hamilton's getting better. Is a couple mayors ago, they basically opened up the entirety of Hamilton Harbor, so it's all public access. You can fish all of it, and I think the fishing's got better since then. City of Burlington effed up the Dundas Road access to the Brownie, the new bridge. No more access. Oh no, really? I did not know that. That's stupid. Again, idiots. They don't know anything. Stupid idiots. Paid parking would be like Lake Sim. Well, it would now because we live in Canada, of course. Oh, you want a tax? We'll give you a tax. Yeah. Yeah, if they had done it from the start, $3 parking or whatever, and made their money right from the start, and had given the citizens something for it. Now they're like, look what Port Dover did. They cut out half of the parking on the Port Dover Pier, and then charged an absurd price to park there. So it's like, wait a minute. You put in you spent money taking parking spots away from the pier, and now you want us to pay for your removal of more parking spots by paying for parking. Like, how about we get something for our tax money? Novel idea, but maybe you charge paid parking to build something new rather than pay for your stupid mistakes. More M&R guys in the area will go a long way. Not in the budget. Well, they did add more, but not enough, obviously. Depending on how the government think about fishery and business opportunity. Well, Canada doesn't care about making money. Canada wants to go bankrupt, and I'm sorry if that offends any liberals. Like, Canada, it's obvious, and it's inarguable. Canada wants to go bankrupt. You cannot be that incompetent. They must want to crash the economy for some reason. Sorry. Paid parking doesn't need to be expensive. Yeah, well, yeah. Give people more parking. Here's the thing. Charge a little bit for parking now, right? And then use that money. Put it aside into a fund to build more parking. I know this is crazy. I'm not a city manager or anything, but maybe this would work in reality. You take all that money that you're getting from the paid parking and you put it into a side fund. You don't send it to Ukraine or to the laundromat down the road. You put it in a side fund where the taxpayers can see that it's there. And then in a few years, you figure out the cost of building more parking and you use that money that you've been collecting all this time to build a new parking lot. My God, I should be a city planner. That's craziness. Modern stock. Yes. I'm ranting. I'm going on like full blown here. I went swimming in the Grand River. I got a sword on me. Yeah. Well, I can imagine. Some places for sure. Our budget is giving money to Ukraine. Do you think we're exactly right? We need to make it reasonably priced. I feel like the reason I hear about having the high parking rates is to get bathrooms. No, it's to get Ken Hewitt a new addition on his cottage. Let's not vote for you for mayor. Well, the problem is I'd be corrupted immediately. Look what happened to me in YouTube. I'm not some super moral person. I'm just like a sane one. Some spots paid parking and pay for things such as more enforcement. Well, it could in theory, yeah, if they use tax dollars. Say it's for washrooms. Port Dover already had public washrooms, really good ones actually. All my life they've had really good ones. So that's BS. If you think only charge fishing license and charge ticket, that's too simple. Keep fishery booming is government job. Yeah, exactly. And Canada's on autopilot. Or Ontario is anyway. Ontario is on autopilot. They only look at the stocks and bonds at the end of the day. Okay, like a corporation. Corporation doesn't think about any of the people or anything. Efficiency, none of it matters. The numbers on the paper matter. Did we make more money this year? Okay, we're good. We don't have to change anything. It's all good. Sure, there's a petition from 70,000 people that say that this lake needs to be stocked, but we're making profit. It's all good. It's all for, well, yeah. That's it. The politicians. You know what? If I was a politician, I might be corrupted really easily, but the one thing they would never corrupt me on, never, ever, ever, is outdoors regulations. So, if we just get enough people to start fishing, I'll run for mayor. All right? As long as the majority of people in Norfolk County fish, I'll run for mayor and I'll win. And I'll make sure the fishing gets better. I'll also, buy a really nice house and I'll have a really cool boat, but the fishing will get better. That's one thing I will promise. Everything else I really don't care about. Best boat name I ever saw was G-Spot. Nice. My boat's called the Baking King. I haven't put stickers on yet. People here get out of paying these fines for infractions, where in the US say that you don't. You're wrong. Yeah, that's another thing too, right? The preferred class of people never have to pay their tickets because they didn't know. It's not their fault. They just moved here. Run for premier. Yeah, fat chance. I tried to run for. So, I tried to be a candidate for the PPC. And I know you won't like this, Jacob, because I'm sure you're anti-PPC. But I tried to be the candidate for, like, our local MP for PPC during the 2023 election. And they just immediately turned me down. They're like, no, you're problematic. Like, yeah, you're right. I'm too problematic for the PPC. So no, I'm never getting to be premier. I wish he still sold hash. Oh, Doug. What? Your job as a hunter and angler to know and follow the rules. Well, yeah, but a lot of people are like, who cares? Who cares? Why should I follow the rules? Those people over there don't have to follow the rules. Why should I? Same reason socialism fails every time. Those people over there don't have to work, but they get as much money as I do. Why would I work? You know? Here's the sad reality. Here we go. Deep talks here. People aren't equal. Some people are always going to be lazy asses who leech off of everybody else, and other people are going to be the workers who support everybody. And you always have to have more of the workers. That follows through to fishing regulations. Fishermen following the rules. We dropping some truth bombs tonight. Know what I'm saying? Man, that guy had a lot of lights on his truck. Like, that can't be legal. To turn you down, I would vote for you. I tried to running for the. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. I think the candidate they had here was probably better than me. He'd actually wear a suit, and I wouldn't. I can't wear a tie. I have no neck. Plan a day to get out, brother. Anything. Okay. All right. Let's go. It's never me that turns down the PCP. Start our own party called the PCP. The People's Canada Party of Canada. For Canadians. Yeah, it's a little bit different. If we had a PCP party, the candidate would be very strong temporarily. And I'm down for that. You know, like if we had like idiocracy, like, you know what? Whichever candidate, who cares? They're all screwing us over. MDMA party. Oh god. Whichever candidate, they're all screwing us over anyway, and it's all just a big show. So whichever candidate can body slam the big show, I'm voting for. Does Lake Erie have sturgeon? Yeah, we actually already mentioned this. Yes, Lake Erie has sturgeon. Not nearly as many as Lake Ontario does, but yes, they're absolutely in there. Upper Niagara and Detroit River, probably the places where you'd see the most of them. But a few have been caught in Big Creek on Long Point Bay, and the Grand, someone mentioned earlier, they had caught a sturgeon on the Grand in the 80s. I'm sure there's still some around. All the inland lake, exactly, yeah, all the inland lakes are destroyed. That's a problem. Vote for the Undertaker. I don't know if you would vote for the Undertaker, Jacob. Have you seen his political views? He endorsed someone I know you don't like. Jacob messaged me going out August 8th or 9th. As a wrestler person. Okay, yeah. Oh, the Undertaker, the character. Yeah, you're right. Not Mark Calloway, but the Undertaker. Yes. That's right. I think I would vote for, if I was American, I'd vote for Cody Rhodes, because he's so American. Like, he wears the American flag all over him. He must love America. I think that he'd be the best. and he beat a lot of people. He beat Roman Reigns, so that was a big deal. That was the only wrestling match that I actually teared up in the end of. Just gonna say it. When he finished the what was it? Finished the story. Shawn Michaels. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of an asshole even in wrestling. What's to do with action fishing? Action fishing. I don't know what that is. Chris Benoit. Oh God, you had to go there, Jacob. All the Trenton Lock waterway, good fish resources dry up. Well, it's anything inland. You're right. It's anything inland, and I swear the Great Lakes are getting by on the U.S. side doing their jobs properly. Brett Michaels. I like the cane taker. Fishing rod, angling. Love me some sweet chin music. Yeah, he's a great wrestler, but man, he was kind of an asshole. Even his character was an asshole. Now everybody uses the super kick. It's kind of crazy that it was even a finisher at one point. Like the Usos use it 37 times in a match. And everybody else does super. Like literally everybody does a super kick now. Like Shawn Michaels finisher. Any plans for the channel? I don't know. Gonna try and get bigger. It's working so far. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm kind of like in the niche I've chosen here. It worked temporarily, but I don't think it's a long-term strategy. So, it's YouTube as it grows. We got to go outside the box more and go outside my comfort zone and try some things and some stuff. But I'm trying to get some money built up. That's all. I just wish I had hair. Kurt Russell. Keep being me. Well, yeah. I feel like at the moment I'm kind of. I mean, I'm me, but it's not what I wanted for the channel to start with, but it's working, and so I'm gonna keep at it for now. Fishing Fort Erie, Lake Erie, Windsor, Sarnia. Yeah, I mean all the large places that you know basically couldn't fish out if you tried, and they were all good. You know, Lake Erie is an absolute fish factory. We're all super spoiled to have it within driving range, and I see that more and more as I go other places throughout the year. How lucky we are to have Lake Erie here. Lake Erie it's amazing. And we're done this can. We're 2.5 hours in. We've been able to take out time off work or less shifts because of the YouTube fame. No, not technically. No, but YouTube did pay for my vacation up north. Inadvertently. Like I got back and I was like, holy crap, I'm in the red. And then my YouTube paycheck came in and I was like, oh, well, I just paid for everything. It's all good. Next on Action Angling, floaties fishing on Erie. I do still have the hamburger floaty, the giant cheeseburger floaty, and that is definitely getting busted out. Okay, I'll be right back. If anyone wants to stick around, I'll be right back. One sec. That's what we need is more PBRs. Hell yeah. Hey, man. You know what? Honestly, for like 20 years, my goal was to make $1 on YouTube, and then it was like, that was my first paycheck ever. Was holy crap! I just paid for my vacation. I got the burger. I got the big maple leaf. Let's go. All right. Sounds good. Let's do it in the Norwich Mill Pond. Started a beer, so I have to have a cigarette, right? Yeah, I was do lots of study about fishery. Me too, my friend. Yep, that's good. I know you have passion. You have a passion. Because you've been, you've been watching my channel forever, and occasionally I'm serious, and you always talk about, bro, I'm 2 beers in, and I'm having trouble speaking like an intelligent person, but um, you speak like you're well informed. That's what I want to say. Please take nothing I say seriously about you, keeping too many crappies or whatever. I know you know what you're doing, and yeah, it's nothing like that. Another shit for me. GTA good fish resource dries up, but trash fish still plenty. Peter, I just complimented you. I just said you're an intelligent, well-informed person, and then you bust out trash fish. I got a problem with I got a problem with the term trash fish. I got a problem with it. And if you don't believe me, go watch my video about what is a trash fish. I'm joking. I don't care. It's all good. Yeah, I know what you mean by trash fish. Smalls pokes fun at me all the time, but it's all good fun. Yeah, exactly. Oh, see, I was thinking like the shots were making you have to go to the bathroom. Anyway, yeah, okay, gotcha. Love my banter. Well, that's good. Someone should. One more beer. I'm not going to be out here for it because this is my limit here. But if I went one more beer, we'd start going conspiracy theory, full blown, universe switching Mandela effect stuff, and that's what scared Kyle up north. And he was like, "Man, I really miss my wife." I was like, "Oh, I've gone too far." Have you tried Alien? Creek Chub video almost made me puke. It's actually pretty good. The ski. Bob Lazar. Yes, I have heard of Bob Lazar. I watched him on Joe Rogan. Dave's double. Yeah, I don't know. If I was starving to death, I'd eat chubs over like a lot of fish. Actually, good fish live in good water body, water quality going down. Yeah, that's for sure too. And they blame it on the trash fish a lot of the times when it's really the water's so polluted that the trash fish, which are like superfish, are the only thing that can survive there. So of course they're overpopulating because you made it too polluted for trout and bass and crappies to live. This thing has autocorrect or something. It has that, and it also, like your message that said the ski, it does this for certain words, and I don't understand it. It like gives a symbol. Whatever you said before the ski showed up as like a symbol with like an A. It looks like a friggin' Freemason logo. Sardine paste is pretty tasty too. Okay. Okay. It's good. Bullhead derby. Where's there a bullhead derby? What? I'm in. Reigning champion. It's like, oh, that's my game. Bullhead derby. I got the Carl, bit. I'd go out to a bullhead derby and I'd catch a muskie. That's what would happen. I'd be like, oh yeah, I got this. Camping trip with big bullheads. At the lake in Quebec? Really? Oh yeah, though. Okay. Oh yeah, gotcha. Those were big bullheads. I was very impressed. Not only how long they were, but they had like flathead heads. They were huge. Like the first one he had, I was like, "Is that a channel cat?" Because it was just like so wide-bodied. Very big bullheads. Guaranteed, if you entered a bullhead tournament, you wouldn't catch. No, I would catch something. It would be a muskie. I would catch a muskie on corn. 3 feet under water in 40 feet of water. If you go, no, because I like catching gold. No, it would be a muskie. It would definitely be a muskie. 52-inch muskie. I'd fight it to death because I'd be using an ultralight, and I'd feel really bad afterwards. We used to fish. I fished bass tournaments. My dad was a tournament guy, and we used to fish bass tournaments. And when I was a kid, I loved pike. I thought that they were like the ultimate, super fish when I was young. Now I think they're trash fish, but I loved pike. And we went out fishing the bay, and I couldn't catch a pike. I'd catch big bass all the time. I'm like, oh, cool, big bass. Bass tournament, all I caught was pike all day, every single time. You're off Tuesday? Well, yes, I am off today. Can't do Mondays through the summer, not at all. Tuesday, this next Tuesday, Maddie is off, and we might go do a little day trip somewhere cool that I'm not gonna give away right now. But yeah, we're gonna go spot burn a cool spot. Like, okay. Moss has been in the beers too, I guess. Lots of place fishermen is not. Yeah, that's absolutely true. They get, like I said, they keep closing off access to fishing spots, and sometimes rightfully so. The fishermen are causing problems, but that's not the way to deal with it. Enforcement again. That's where the states has it right. If people are fist fighting on the bank of the Ganney, the solution isn't close down the Ganney and send them all to fist fight in Bowmanville. The solution is to send more cops out to stop the fist fights and more COs to stop the poaching that makes them start fist fighting. Tell us your biggest fans. It's been mentioned in this live stream. That's how much I'll give away. Rocks on the credit are closed for spoon fishing. Look, everything's closing down, man. When I was a kid, you could fish the rocks at the Port Dover Marina. Great fishing spot. And now you cannot even come close to that anymore. Yeah, even boat fishermen, absolutely, yeah. Yep. Look what Lake Simcoe did, Now, oh yeah, sure, you can use your boat as long as you're rich or live on the lake. $80 launch fees and then parking on top of that. It's crazy. Hello, Ray Smith. How you doing today, my friend? Can't fish Burwell rocks? I didn't even know that. Huh. I mean, it's kind of a dangerous spot, honestly. But, yeah, that sucks. I really didn't know that. Can't fish the East Pier in Port Dover anymore. And that's federal property. That's supposed to be basically Crown land, and they closed it off. The commercial tugs didn't like people walking through there or driving up there. Used to be a parking lot. Yeah. Try to kick me off. Did you hear something happen close to your home? How do you mean? What do you mean by something happened? Did I look distracted? I'm always distracted. Bro, I got ADHD. I'm looking in every direction, and so if a car stops and looks weird, then I'm looking at it. So if that's what you mean. Ain't no cops making that walk in Burwell. Yeah, no, but they wait at the end of the rocks for you to come back in. They don't mind sitting in their car all day, waiting to get that sweet ticket money. I did just see someone in the house. Boat fisherman and boat peeing face the house. I didn't hear anything about that. I always bring a jug in my boat. I got a jug in the front. That's the pee jug, and we kind of like get down on our knees and pee in there if we're in a public, populated place, so nobody can see anything. I even got a towel in there if it's bad enough. Of course, nobody's gonna see mine unless they have a microscope or a telescope. Fair enough. Taxpayers funded losers. Yeah, for real. You're fishing at Dover for pickerel. Is it? I know. A friend of mine got one. His girl he fished with a couple weeks ago got one on a shrimp and a pickerel rig. And I was thinking, well, there must be a lot there if you got one on that. People angry. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're whipping it out and in front of people's windows where they have kids or whatever, like, I can see them getting mad. Oops. Windy day makes it tough. Makes what tough? Well, that's why I bring the jug. Yeah, you got the jug. You just press it up there against your wang and let it rip. It's all good. It's the best solution. A little milk jug. Except for, I'm really bad for not peeing all day. So there's a couple of times where I've filled the jug up completely and had to cut the stream, pour it out, and then refill it. Well, that's good to know. You know what? I've been thinking about maybe going to Port Dover, trying it out. I grew up in Port Dover. From the age of 12 to about 20, I lived in Port Dover. Gatorade bottle would never hold mine. Nope. Not unless I make 3-liter Gatorade bottles. Nope. I hold it all day, man. My friend Eric Cannons, used to always comment on it. He would be like, man, like, be it for 8 hours, and he goes like 7 times, and I haven't gone yet till we get back on shore. Good fishermen with lots of people peeing to lake, facing the house, and crappie fishing close to shore house. Yeah, yeah. I can see them getting mad about that. At the same time, if it's Lake Erie, no one owns the water unless they're in the millionaires, and they can't really. They can say they don't want you fishing there. I know Port Dover Marina does, but they can't actually do anything about it. I've had that conversation with the police. But they can charge you if you're peeing in front of open windows towards people's cottages. Then they can charge you with indecent exposure. Niagara Falls called. They want their water back. Really, right? Like a good noodle show. So, oh man. Okay, I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna hopefully keep that in my mind. Would you ever think about getting Rick or Fishy to join you in one of these live streams? Screaming Steven. My friend told me the other day the normal bottle wasn't enough. Yeah, I would definitely have anyone who wants to come on. I'll have you on, Jacob. It'll get a little bit, X-rated if you're on here because obviously, Anyways, yeah, I'd have anyone on here. Rick would be hard because he swears a lot. So, and I don't think he wants to, but yeah, definitely would with Rick. Rick quit drinking though, so I don't know. I don't know if he'd ever want to. Fishy, I've invited him a few times. I've done live streams with Fishy actually, but we were like the day we were fixing my brakes. But yeah, he wants to do a live stream about getting ready for fall. He's going to talk about steelhead equipment and salmon equipment, and I'm going to talk about corn on a hook. Would love to do one with Steven. I don't think Steven wants to because I floated it a few times when I was around him, and he didn't want to. But I would love to. Yeah, I would love to do one live inside of Steven's shop. Sorry, Robert's shop, but Nick's Handmade Fish Jigs. All works for many fish species. There. I just say that because when Mike is traveling up to the Ganney or wherever he goes for the salmon run, I'm down here like full into the carp run. With the carp coming, pre-fall, feed up, and it's insane. It's my favorite time of year. Big carps all day long. You like carp too? Yeah, but you're always salmon fishing at that time of year. That's the problem. I invited you many times, Mike. Many, many times. Another shot. Okay, there you go. Many, many times to come out and do anything. 80% of walleye fishing. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. I like walleye too. It's just, again, spoiled by Lake Erie. I'm kind of just over them this year. Um, 2 years ago, I like barely ever caught any walleye, and I was like, I'm gonna make this the year I catch the most walleye I've ever caught. And so that year and the year afterwards, I fished walleye a lot and loved it and had a great time with it. And now I'm kind of just over it, and I don't know where I'm at right now. That's kind of a problem with me at the moment. Like I don't know. There needs to be a new invade. Maybe I need to go flathead fishing for the rest of the year on the Thames because what sounds boring? I was typing from my meant corn, not car. Corn. I can get limit 6 fish, no size limit, but I only keep one. Too big. Yeah, I like Erie and stuff. Yeah, yeah, I'm the same. I don't. I never kept a limit of walleye on Lake Erie. Never. Even though I could like I could give 4 to the neighbors, and I'd have enough fish for me, but I never do either. And you're right; they're so big on average. It's like there's so much meat there. Why? Then Moss goes out, every day of the week and keeps a limit, and I don't know where he's putting all those fish, but he's out trolling Lake Erie for 8 days in a row or whatever. I like walleye fishing when it's inland, like like Upper Grand or whatever. Um, Lure fishing, yeah, well, same here. Yeah, for walleye, I guess worm harness, right? I've not caught a single walleye in a worm harness this year, which is impressive because I always use worm harnesses. But yeah, I caught them all on swim baits and crankbaits this year. Um, I like walleye fishing when it's on like a medium light spinning rod in a river where they got a little bit more strength, and it's more fun that way than trolling. You like pickerel? Never caught a pickerel. Not yet. Well, I may have caught a grass pickerel and mistaken it for a pike, but otherwise I never caught a pickerel. I like the pickerel they serve at Nectals though. It tastes a lot like walleye. It's weird. Corwin was telling me he was somewhere like Quebec or something, and they're like all kinds of pickerel, chain pickerel, and they were messing up him trying to catch gold eye, I believe, or something. Corwin's like the lifelesser guy to the max. Like he has no interest in fishing at all unless it's a new species. The best fishing rod, reel, lure for walleye. Okay, well, it's good. Good for you. I don't think there is a single the best for the walleye, but okay. Only ever catch 2 real chain pickerel. Where'd you catch him, Mike? Was it the Ganny? Yeah, you got gold eye. His dad. Yeah, yeah. And they went to another spot where there was too many sturgeon or something. Like, man, to only to have no passion for fishing besides to fish once a year on some extravagant vacation. You got a Shane pickerel in Algonquin. All right, stream's over. Anyways, to have the passion, the lack of passion that he has for fishing actually makes me jealous. It's like he can just go like once a year, Norway to do disc golf. Yeah, right, right. Yeah, where's he get all this money from? When I met him, he was like, "Oh, I'm broke. I can't come out to Norfolk County." Now he's like, "I'm going to Norway to disc golf." Anyways, if I only fish twice a year, I'm sure I'd get some pretty cool stuff too. But I can't make my passion die long enough to go 2 days without fishing. I was only joking that the stream was over. A bunch of people dropped out. I'm like, no. My sarcasm doesn't hit on everybody, I guess. That's what happens when you're a taste tester at Labatt's. Well, shit. I need that job for multiple reasons. He's not actually a taste tester, is he? Small's always picking on. Bro, you. We're not even going there. No, not even. Yeah. I'm not picking on you. You just made an absurd claim. Maumee River walleye fishing. Sorry, I didn't see that. Maumee River. Yeah, I hear that. It's also very, very, very pressured. Those people line up like there's salmon running or something. Wouldn't do either one personally, but it's all good. The bats are watered down. Well, that's Corwin's fault. He's just hitting the check mark on all the taste tests he does. Mommy. I wish I could type that like that chick wrestler. What's her name? Mami. Mommy. The one who looks like a man, but all the guys think she's attractive. I forget her name. We get a half dozen skids at the recycling center a week. Nice. So many fish, yeah, but there's a trade-off on that. I don't know. Lots of salmon at the Ganny too, but still wouldn't make me go there. I'd rather work for one on the South Shore where nobody's around. Or on Lake Erie where there's barely any salmon to start with. But to each their own, you know? If that's what you like, that's what you like. I don't like crowds. I'm not good in crowds. Some people can deal with it, and by all means, that's a strength. Not a weakness, that's a strength. Some people can't deal with crowds, but they still go anyway, and then they end up fighting each other on the riverbank. And that ruins it for people like me. They're like, yeah, this is what I thought would happen. Well, now the full moon is, well, it's not quite full. Almost full. Grand River, they do stock walleye in the Grand. It's just not the MNR. So there's an angling club in Dunville, and there's an angling club in Caledonia. And they do stock the walleye in the Grand. And they also lift them over the Dunville Dam in the spring when they're spawning. Grand River has a lot of walleye. Like, it's not hurting. It's not hurting at all. A lot of walleye there. It's quite healthy. My crowd tolerance getting less and less each year. Yeah, well, me too. It's down to 0. I don't know if the Labatt's workers are just giving us free beer or what, but I'll never complain. Oh, they're actually like full skids. That's bomb. See, that's why I used to like, when Corwin had a fish he had to catch, as my payment for, his makeshift guide, he would always bring me a case of beer, free beer. So I was like, oh yeah, come out and I'll whatever you want to catch an Arctic char in Lake Erie, I will do my best. Case of bush, please. Oh, this has been actually a pretty good stream for me sitting outside in my backyard. Should I do this more often? Just like, well, I guess I could only really do it on Tuesday nights because every other night I'd be asleep. But yeah, this would be good. Good times, good times. I don't even have to sit there and watch a riverbank and not catch fish. Yeah, man, it's pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts. I'm gonna come over for a stream when I can. Okay. Yeah, anytime, man. I would like to have people on the stream with me more often, like especially when I'm at home, because then at least if there's nobody, watching, we can talk to each other, right, and just let the stream go until someone comments. Tuesday night for so much content. Yeah, really. Breaks are okay. Breaks are still good. All good so far. So good. I found you don't like the word trash fish. I use bullhead derby instead. So, okay, here's what we'll agree on, actually. Bullheads are absolute trash fish. Yeah. Inarguably, the trashiest of the trash fish are bullheads. They're the only fish in the world I wish I didn't ever have to catch. Like, we made it look like our trip up north, the bullhead saved it at the end. But I still would have rather been catching anything else except crappies because we were pretty sick of crappies by that point. But yeah, bullheads fought a little harder than crappies. And the only thing that saved those bullheads was they were huge. And that's that. Do you know what I am saying? Pretty sure my family's gone to bed and completely ignore Max them to do this stream tonight. So maybe I shouldn't do this all the time, but maybe on Tuesday nights we'll do this more often, as long as I'm not out fishing late or something. Next week might be from a hotel room, because we might be a little far away, doing some cool stuff, burning a new spot somewhere far away. Still have to bring in the downriggers. Yeah, I might use them in 2034. Yeah, I completely forgot about them until right now, actually. Pretty much just gave you free money. Burn all the spots. That's right, some men just like to watch the spots burn. Hello, Fishing Canada. My Toronto friend from the Humber River. How you doing, my friend? I hear you and Christopher went out and caught some fish. I guess it was a while back, unless it's happened again since then. I'm not sure. It's good to see you. Got a nice carp. Christopher got a nice carp. No, yours ain't going anywhere. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Very nice. I'm glad. I'm glad you got Christopher. Bug him more. Get him out fishing more. He's he's being a weirdo, being a reclusive hobbit, and hiding in his house. And I was gonna go to Toronto and fish with him. Actually, my whole camping trip to Bruce County was supposed to be me going to Christopher's house for a couple of days with Maddie because she was going to a concert, and Christopher didn't want any part of it. He was like, "Oh yeah, you can sleep here, but fishing's all you. I'm not doing that." And I'm like, "Well, like, I'm not just gonna go sleep at your house on a work night. Who care what kind of fish? Fish bite, enjoy. Yeah, for real. I agree with you, Peter. I agree with you on that. But bullheads are annoying. They're just annoying. They all swallow the hook, and they don't fight. And I catch them everywhere I go. And anyways, there are times I like to catch a bullhead, but Ray Smith, where am I going next week? It's a surprise. You'd have to wait for the video. Sorry, brother. It's a surprise mostly because I haven't confirmed it yet. But we are considering a couple of really cool spots, and we'll see how it goes. It's about, anyways, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna say anymore. Bought a Dipsy a few years ago and thought I could use my kayak. It's years if you take it out my boat. Okay. The offer's been open to you, for, by the way, like Mike, for many, many years now, to come on my boat and fish anytime you want. Christopher, yeah, Christopher, who I fished the Humber with. Just keep doing your fishing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, Peter, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. It is what it is. You know, I love fishing. I love fishing. I don't care what the species is. Honestly, I really don't. Bullheads always got hooked. Fishing Canada. You got your first smallmouth? Where, in the Humber? That'd be bomb. Things just line up for us to boat fish. Yeah. No, Ray, I'm not spoiling it because I don't know. I'm just not. I don't want to spoil it for myself, honestly, because a lot of trips with my wife fizzle out at the last second, and I don't want to spoil it for myself, and I don't want to get my hopes up, and so Kawarthas is one of the places, and it was Kawarthas area. That's as much as I'm giving away. In the lake, in the bay. Oh, okay, nice, very nice. That's cool too. I mean, it'd be cooler if it was in the Humber. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. Lake Ontario. Hey, thanks for the gold coin, my friend. You know, I've caught very few fish. All I see is fish in that symbol. Um, I've caught very few smallmouth in Lake Ontario, actually. Um, besides maybe like St. Lawrence, if that counts. I've caught a lot of smallmouth there when we used to do tournaments, but very few. Thank you for the star, Fishing Canada. Thank you very much. He did text me the place. Who texted you what place? What you talking about, bro? I don't remember the conversation from 30 seconds ago, so you gotta be more specific. Beer or not, I have no memory. I sleep 4 hours a week. I have no memory whatsoever. A guy who I know caught a walleye in the Humber where I met you in front of me. No way. That's bomb. That's really cool. Up there too. It's like that's so shallow. Man, that's really cool. I want to come back and fish there again. And if I do, I will definitely tell you that I'm coming. But we gotta get Christopher out of his house, make him stop being a reclusive hobo, and get him out fishing so he likes fishing again. Because I want to go with him. He's my friend in Toronto, and I want to go fishing with him. And Yeah, I want to go fish there again. Little pike, oh, go, but pike. I'm not surprised with. I'm sure there's lots there. Late season trout fishing can't keep smallies off the hook. That's annoying, especially when out of season. Oh yeah, okay. Late season. Late season, you mean spring? Fishing is crap at Humber. Bro, I have no standards, and I enjoyed myself thoroughly when I was there, and I would like to go back. I would like to go fish the mouth, and I would like to try some other spots in Toronto, like for sure. But only Gobi. Yeah, yeah. I can imagine anywhere in Lake Ontario. Yeah, the Gobies are a problem, but I got ways to get around that. I'll show you if I come back. I'll show you how to get around the Gobies. We were lucky, and we get to use a regular bottom rig when I was there. Going to Humber, I'd like to fish with your brother. I haven't fished it in 25 years. Yeah, but you'll be like up, upstream from us. You won't want to fish where I'm fishing. Well, maybe you will, but you'll complain the whole time that you wish you were salmon fishing. F gobies, yeah, yep, 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 100%. F gobies, gobies. Okay, gobies are lower on the list than bullheads. Gobies are the lowest of the low. Have I ever caught a muskie? Yes, I absolutely have. A lot of people won't believe it nowadays because I suck so much at catching them now, but there was about 5 years of my life where I was pretty much full time on the muskies, and I fished a lot of muskies. But I didn't ever get a 50-inch muskie until probably 2018, and I got it offshore in Peterborough, which meant a lot to me. Um, because I don't want to catch one on Lake St. Clair where everybody fishes and it's a muskie factory. I wanted to catch one on the Kawarthas all of my life, and so I got one in downtown Peterborough, right downtown Peterborough. You know, the park, right by the Holiday Inn. Middle of the day, saw it sitting there on the bottom, and I said to Maddie. Maddie was with me. She was pregnant with her daughter, so I guess that was yeah. Anyways, 2018. Um, I said to Maddie, "There's either a really big log there, or it's a muskie," thinking that it was actually a log, and I casted my bucktail at it, and the log took off and went out into the river. This giant log, took off. I was like, "Holy crap! That's like the biggest thing I've ever seen in the water." And so I said, switch lures," and I grabbed a Jake, a 8-inch Jake, and cast it as far as I could and ripped it in as fast as I could. And I felt him hit once, and I said, "There's a He's coming for it. He's behind it. He's coming." Maddie said, "How do you know?" And Reddish said, "How do you know?" Wham! I got him. And yeah, coolest catch of my life, proudest catch of my life. Downtown Peterborough, middle of the day, 50-inch muskie, 50 inches on the dot. And that's my story. There you go. Sure, I would. Nah. Chris got me hooked on carp fishing. Nice. He's the most knowledgeable carp fisherman I have ever met in my life, as far as advanced, biological knowledge of carp. Way more advanced than me. It was my dream fish too, my friend. It was. It was. That's why it's like the proudest catch of my entire life. But yeah, Christopher. I think I've caught bigger carp than him, but that's because I live on Lake Erie, where any child with corn and a hook can catch a giant carp. But Christopher really, really, really knows carp, and yeah, if you want to learn from anyone, it's him. Everybody sending the stars. Thank you, my friends. Appreciate the stars and the gifts. He thought a lot of things. Yeah, bro. He's a genius. That guy, literally, in a lot of ways, smartest dude I know. But carp fishing especially, very, very, very advanced. He's clearly spent a lot of time researching and reading about them, and also putting it into play. Like he knows carp, and carp are a very advanced fish. As much as a lot of the people who are like, oh whatever, I just use a dough ball. Um, Pressured carp are like the smartest fish that swim, and it takes a lot to figure them out. Um, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about Christopher. Christopher's the bomb. Where do I go salmon fishing? Nowhere. I don't go salmon fishing. Literally don't. If I catch one while I'm trout fishing in the fall, it's on one of the trips of Lake Erie. But yeah, I don't. I do not care about salmon fishing at all. They're way smarter than people think. Absolutely, they're the smartest fish that swims, for sure. People say it about trout. Trout aren't the smartest fish that swims. They're pretty smart. Trout are pretty smart, but trout just have really, really good eyesight, and I think that's what sets them apart. Carp, on the other hand, they are literally as smart. It's almost a crime to fish for them because they have memory of stuff. Like anyways, they can use tools. Like the carp are incredible. That's why smalls won't salmon fish. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not a big salmon guy. I go to a spot. Well, okay, I'll name one. I go to Port Dalhousie. Um, Fall. I've been there with Mike before. Um, if I catch a salmon while I'm there, I'm not going to complain, but I'm not there for salmon fishing. And then another spot on the South Shore. Sometimes, out towards Stony Creek, I fish there, and again, if I happen to catch a salmon while I'm fishing for browns, all good. But I don't specifically fish for the salmon. Carp that I caught was 17 pounds. That's very nice, very nice in the city too. That's very nice. How big was Christopher? Christopher had a pretty big carp too. I'm incredible too. Well, thank you, Jacob. We've been there fall and spring. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dalhousie. Yeah, yep. We technically caught fish both times. We both had a lot of bites the second time, but well, I'm not going to razz you about that again. Giant, I think is 27, 29. Wow. Okay. It didn't look that big in the photo. That's bigger than I thought it was. That's nice. Very nice. From Toronto, that's bomb. See, I should go there and go carp fishing, but Christopher doesn't want to do that. Make Christopher like fishing. That's my goal for you, Fishing Canada. I'm not going to say your real name this time. Um, make him passionate about fishing. Just act like an idiot because he likes to teach, right? He likes to teach. So act like a complete moron. Act like you don't know anything about fishing, and he has to teach you everything from scratch. Why what? Why make him like fishing? So I can go fishing with him. Because right now he's I don't know. He's in a place where other things are taking priority in his life, and has no. He's lost the passion for fishing, and it sucks. He forgot. Okay. Yeah, I miss hanging out with Christopher. I wish he was. I wanted to get him here, and do whatever with him. Maybe in the fall he'll change his mind. I don't know, but yeah, if I lived near him or if he lived near me, I would love it. Like, I would do lives with him all the time. Stars help your channel. Yeah, yeah, for sure. They help boost the algorithm, and I get a little bit of money from them, I think, but not very much. It's like a couple cents, but whatever. It's something. Why not say my name? Oh, I don't know. I don't like to dox people. It's technically doxing to say people's real names. If you're okay with it, I'll say your name. But Um, yeah, I try not to. I have a bad habit of saying people's real names right off the hop, and a lot of people are like, "Bro, why would you say my name on the live stream? Like you're just doxing me." But I don't think it matters. My name is Richard Sims. I don't give a fuck. Oh no, 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 no! I can't say f bombs. Uh oh. Okay, I haven't been booted out yet. Sorry for the f bomb. Won't happen again. Take him out for some salmon on the creek and get a few bobber downs. We're gonna be addicted again. Yeah, I don't know. Christopher, yeah, maybe he's more into the salmon thing than I am, so maybe he would. I wanted to bait Humber to go next morning, but it was raining. Oh yeah, yeah. Did he when you guys went? Did he pre-bait the day before? Is that what happened? Because like that's the thing he does. I never ever pre-bait. Never ever. Every time I've done it, someone's been in my spot the next day, so I don't ever bother anymore. I did swear. I'm sorry. Yeah. Trying to get Smalls out, he refuses. Yeah, okay. That sounds about right. He has so much bait in his apartment, or had so much bait in his apartment. He was like talking about pre-baiting when I came, and I'm like, bro, like I'm there for red horse suckers. I really don't care. You want to pre-bait for your carp? Go for it. Actually, he told me when I was there he won't carp fish unless he pre-baits first, which is insane to me. Insane. I won't carp fish if it takes more than me putting corn on a hook. That's too challenging, and I'm out. My PB carp, I maxed out a 50-pound scale. Don't know how big it actually was, but I maxed out a 50-pound scale, and I've got probably 4 over 40, proven over 40, couple that questionable, and lots of 30s, lots of 30 plus. Uh, yeah, in between 30 and 40, I've caught probably in my lifetime 20. But again, I live on Lake Erie. You know, it's easy. Go-to spot is anywhere on Lake Erie in the springtime. Friggin' Port Dover, Nanacoke, anywhere there's a river mouth on Lake Erie in the spring. Port Maitland, good spot. April, May, pre-spawn. They say I know, and the dedicated carp fishing guys hate me. They hate me because I caught them all on corn on a hook. I caught one fish over 30. No, sorry, 2 fish over 30. Running like European hair rigs and boilies in my life. All the other ones were on weightless corn on a hook, or at least corn on a hook, and they absolutely hate me for that. So I'm not in with the carp community at all. And then I went most easy and basic way. Well, it is on where they're not pressured yet. Again, carp are super smart, so in the place where they've been caught, 5, 6 times in their life on corn on a hook, they're going to avoid the corn on a hook. But again, we're spoiled with Lake Erie. The carp are stupid as hell, and yeah, they're stupid. They're easy to catch. Got a lot of them on worms actually. That's what you got as pop-ups. Yeah. Pop-ups are good for. Anyways, Christopher. Like, I'm not going to talk like I know more about that. I've done a lot of the boilies and the pop-ups over the years. Caught the least amount of fish on pop-ups, but I did catch one of the bigger, like European rig fish on a pop-up. Yeah, Mike's going to talk about his bush league carping. At my local storm water pond, there's some 30s and a few 20s mixed with simple pack bait. A 4-aught Texas recook. Wow. See, that's carp are smart, but they have to be educated. see, everybody's stupid when they're born, right? You know what makes people smart is experience. You know what makes carp smart is experience, right? That's why the stupidest people in the world live in apartments and read everything in books and they don't ever leave their house, leave their apartment. That's why they're stupid. Because they can read about it all they want, but they never ever had to implement it in real life, so they didn't learn anything. Philosophy, science. This is why I've learned about fishing from fishing everything in every way. If I see a creek, I know a lot about creek chubs, scientific facts about creek chubs that most people wouldn't care about. But I've learned them because I fished them a lot. Wintertime. Gonna be at 50 stars. I'm at 70 gems, and the stars count. So we're over 50. Appreciate all the stars. Science rules. What car do I drive? Hyundai Tucson. Unfortunately. Actually, it's been pretty reliable. I can't complain about the Hyundai Tucson. I had a Kia Sorento before that, though, and it was a tank. It was my favorite car in my life. I've had a lot of different vehicles. I burn through them pretty hard because I fish a lot and drive a lot, drive along. 100 gems. Yeah, let's do it. Hit 100 gems. Is it economic? It's very good in gas. Yeah, it's very good in gas for what it is, and it tows my boat. And yeah, as far as that goes, I think it's 7.7 liters per 100 kilometers is generally my efficiency. Hyundai hasn't died yet. Exactly. Yeah, and it should have a few times. It just keeps going. Shit, I've needed an oil change for like a month now. I just keep not doing it. No wonder you can go far from the GTA spots. You get expensive. Well, I don't live in the GTA. I live 3 hours from Toronto. So, of course, yeah, I live closer to Lake Erie than anything else. But, yeah, it's actually expensive for me to go to Toronto. And I refuse to drive in Toronto, so I drive to Aldershot and I jump on the train and go to Toronto that way if I have to go. I could change my oil. Yeah, no, I'm not that retarded. I can definitely change my oil. Done it many times. I've just been lazy. It's all good. It's just a clogged filter. It's been eating oil so much that the oil stays clean because it just burns the rest off into oblivion. Yeah, man, I appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you offering, for sure. I could, you know what? I could probably use your ramps. I'd have little ramps. They only lift it up like 3 inches though, but I can get under there. But yeah, I know, bro. I've gone through like a pack of cigarettes in 3 hours. I'm hitting them way too hard. And I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. That's what happens when I'm sitting outside. 100. We did. Yes, we did. We 100 gems. 105. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. I'm not even watching that part of this, but yeah, 105 gems. That's a good. I don't think I've ever. I think I hit 200 once, but it was like a fishing live. I wasn't just doing it from home. Let me know. I'll bring my ramps and oil bases. I got oil bases. They actually came with the house. They're in the basement. I got a whole bunch of them. But yeah, the ramps would definitely help. I was here at the start. On the left, you were smoking one, and you gone through two. I know. Yeah, I gotta stop. Holy crap! Stars, clapping seal. You got a. What is that? Gift box. What is that? Clapping seal. I appreciate y'all. Let's beat the record. Bro, we just beat the record. 231. That was like a 5 seconds. What the hell? 231 gems. Appreciate you all so much. Hey, that's awesome. Okay, got here Wolf Bird. Oh, wow. 282. Wow. Offered any sponsors? Yes. Yeah. I have a sponsor. It's Nick's Handmade Panfish Jigs out of London. And I have had other sponsors in the past. My very first sponsor was when I was actually 17 years old. I was sponsored by Terminator Lures. We were doing tournament fishing at the time. That was me dry begging for sponsors, which is the wrong way to do it. But they did give me a pretty good package at the time. And since then, I've kind of always had one on the go. I've had... I've been with lots of companies, but now I'm really just with Nick's Handmade Panfish Jigs. Yeah, that's basically it. And Mike, Fishy, sorry, is also a pro staff. Where's a good place for crappie? Bro, it's a tough... Welland River. The Welland River has a lot of white crappies. If you can find a spot like around a bridge... fish very, very shallow. Like I'm talking 4 inches under your float, right against the shore. Lots of white crappies to catch there. That's the best spot I can give you. Yeah, thank you. Local pond. Yeah, I mean, kind of like crappies are kind of everywhere and nowhere, right? You applied for sale? For sponsorship? Or for work? I didn't know they were offering. The only person I know sponsored by sale is Avery Rose, and quite a bigger channel than I do. Oh, for work. Oh, okay, nice, very nice. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be really awesome. Here's what you do: you fish in Canada, you get into sale. You build your repertoire, you become a manager one day, and then one day you'd be like, hey, I know this YouTuber. I think he'd be really good for like a sponsorship deal. See, we work together here. Yeah, no problem, Ray. Yeah, that's the best spot I got off the top of my head, anyway. It's a real tough go, crappies, and you would. Okay, well, thank you. I'm just joking. um, what was I saying? Ray, yeah. The problem with crappies is anywhere they are, people fish them out. So, but Welland River has a pretty healthy population of white crappies. A few black crappies too. I got one 14-inch black crappie there once. On the same day, I got a 15-inch white crappie. But a lot of them are small. Like don't expect 14-inch crappies. Like a lot of them are 8 to 10 inches. Or yeah, if you can get into like private ponds, generally they all have them. Or like really hard to access ponds. I don't know. I don't even know. Do you think there'll ever be snakehead here? No, I don't think we have the climate for them. The furthest they've ever gone so far is, I think, Maryland. And, yeah, it's just not warm enough for them. Anywhere, you can see it kind of on the map. Anywhere that, like, gets, like, an ice season at all is where the snakeheads kind of stop on the map. Because I think that is the difference maker. We got bowfin though, and they're awesome. Bowfin are like number 2 favorite fish for me. In fact, I should go bowfin fishing real soon. Gravel pits, don't get caught on the wrong one. Yeah, like gravel, and that's the problem. Like the only ones that have any crappies left are the ones that are no trespassing, where you're like full camo, drop into your belly if you hear a car, because everywhere else people dragged their buckets out full of crappies and ate them all. When they get blue, they look awesome. Snakeheads look awesome in general. That'd be good for me, thank you. Yeah, no problem. What is first fish? My first fish was a silver red horse sucker Caught it at Big Island Conservation Area. I was 2 years old. And according to the story, because I don't remember, obviously, my dad had to hold on to the back of my pants so it wouldn't pull me in the creek. He said, whatever you do, don't let go of that rod. And so I took it as gospel and didn't let go of the rod, but the fish almost dragged me in. It was a big red horse, apparently. I don't remember it at all. There's no picture. Bowfin are great. Glad my son got his first a couple weeks ago. Nice. No, I have not eaten a bowfin yet. I probably never will. Being honest, yeah, yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah, it's a great spot. Above and below, it's all good fishing. That is when the story began. Yeah, yeah. You know, my dad tried his hardest after that to make me a bass fisherman, and it worked. It worked for a few years until I realized other fish exist, and then I was right back to the bottom feeders again. Yeah. No, I still like bass. I was bass fishing today. I still like bass fishing. It's all good. I just like fishing. I think that's the best thing, you know. Just to like fishing. Doesn't matter what people are still sending stars. We're at 287 now. Let's go. I've had enough beers to say let's go. I hate that phrase. First fish was a pike on a red devil. Nice. Like I said, when I was a kid, I thought the pike were the ultimate fish. I was stupid. I didn't realize that they're trash fish. And so my very first pike that I ever caught was in St. Williams. What the hell's a dab? Try to get a Temu sponsor. I'm already Temu Pro Staff. What are you talking about? I use enough Temu stuff. They should give me a sponsorship. Of course, I don't think the government of China gives out many sponsorship deals. Good night, Richard. I'm going to bed, I assume. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, my friend. Going to sleep. Yeah. Okay. My friend Alexi, I'm saying it. Have a good night, man. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for all the gems. We're at 288 now. Appreciate you. Have a good night, and catch some fish in the future. Get Christopher off his ass, and get him to go fishing too. $2.90. More stars. Oh, the stars. Wasn't that from Resident Evil? Stars. Night. Yeah, night. What do I think will bite best tomorrow? Well, bro, don't trust me. I thought bass would bite good today and I didn't catch any. I haven't even looked at the weather, honestly. Oh, it's supposed to be like a cold front tomorrow. Pike. Cold front. Pike. Calling it right now. Pike love cold fronts. 100%. Cold front or east wind. Those are the days I will straight up run to go pike fishing, if it's an option. Because it is supposed to cool down quite a bit tomorrow, I think. About like 7 degrees or something. So that'll be good. If I could put my boat in and go fish the bay, or go fish for pike for tomorrow. I'm gonna hit the river with a glide. If I get skunked, it's on you. All right. Well, not with a glide. No, you got to throw an inliner for sure. Number 5, Mepps Muskie Killer. Glide baits are for the hot days. I'm just joking. Pike and check some pairs for salmon. No, don't check for salmon. Don't do that. No one cares. Oh, piers, yeah. Yeah, check which piers have salmon at them and then send the information to Mike. Shine Glide? I believe I have, yes. I'm not into glide baits. I have a couple, not big on them, but I believe I've seen it in the store, yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think glide baits are being thrown too much now that the fish are kind of used to them, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I should throw them more often. I know Christopher has some really cool ones from Japan. They spent $1 million on. And they look good. They look really good in the water, for sure. The Timu version looks like a drink. Nice. You know the thing about I don't know if I ever said this before, but the glide baits and the hard swim baits that everybody uses, um, Japanese $90 or $300 ones or Timu. You know the only reason those got popular is because in Japan they outlawed on some lakes soft plastics. So that right there is an admission that the soft plastic versions are better. They just weren't allowed to use them, so they had to get a hard bait that looked as close to a soft plastic swim bait as they could get. So, soft plastic wins the day for sure. And Americans just saw Japanese people in YouTube videos catching big bass on these big glide baits, and they were like, "Oh, I gotta have that. It looks so real." But it's like, yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyways, the soft ones aren't really any cheaper. Well, they are, I guess, a little bit, but not much cheaper. Mike's still throwing stars up in here. We're at 294 now. Give me all the rubies. Have you heard of Digitaka? No, I have not. Nope. I'm not upkept on all the current baits, bro. I just I went bass fishing today and I brought one lure and it was a Texas rig crayfish. I'm so 90s when it comes to all that. Yeah, I appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you throwing the stars. Online JDM. Oh, okay. Wow. I've never heard of it at all. Interesting. Do you do Tai Chi? No. Nope, not big on Tai Chi. Did some Tai Bo in high school. I ate some Thai chili sauce the other day. That's pretty good. Okay, I gotta pee. First time tonight. I'll be right back. He types the cheese. Be right back. One sec. Anyone alive out there? Ties the cheese, breaking the seal. Yeah, that's it. What was the last fancy hot dog thing you made? I did break it earlier. I haven't peed since freaking 4 o'clock. Um, Nothing really fancy. I had some Kirkland hot dogs the other day. Sauerkraut. Yeah, pretty much normal stuff. Loaded hot dogs, but not nothing crazy. Yeah, they just had some sauerkraut and some fancy chipotle mayonnaise and smoky bacon mayonnaise. All the mayonnaises. Have a great night, everyone. Keep on fishing. All right, Ray Smith, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Appreciate you coming around, and I can't believe there's people still talking to me 3 hours in, 3.5 hours in, on just sitting on my back deck. So appreciate you coming and talking fishing, and you have a great night too, my friend. Love the spicy mayo. I don't like spice. Well, chipotle mayo is good, but it's not really spicy. You always make some cool meals. What was the last one you did? Fishing and hot dogs. I should do more fishing and hot dogs. Last cool meal. I don't know. Like, what's cool to me is really weird. Like, okay, every single meal I ever make in my life is too excess. Like, so if I'm gonna have a double cheeseburger, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make it like I'm gonna make a double bacon cheeseburger. So it's not just like, oh, okay, I'll just have 2 patties and 2 slices of bacon and 2 slices of cheese. No, it's gonna be 17 slices of cheese and half a pound of bacon on the burger, because I like to live in excess. Sit. Whoa, okay. We could sit and talk fishing and crush beers till we fell over. Yeah, well, I guess, yeah. Apparently. Next vid when? So I try to have them out every Monday, at very least. I try to have them out more often if I can film more than one in a week, but it's hard. So I have one in the bank right now. It's not. I don't think it's very good, but Monday will be the latest. But if I can film a better one before then I'll release this one that I don't think is very good. But all the ones I think aren't very good end up being like 6,000 views, so maybe it is good. But anyways, Monday at the latest, unless I can get something cool done this week, and then we'll have two before then. One before then. Fishing and doggies. What time can you fish Hamilton? Bro, I want to. I really want to. Like, I think I said this earlier in the stream. I wanted to go to. I wanted to do Skyway Bridge for like a few weeks now, and it never works out because I work nights, and so my only full day off a week is Tuesday. But because I come home Sunday night from a night shift, if I don't crash and nap as soon as I get home, which is impossible for me, then I have to stay up all day to watch my daughter, and which is fine. I'm not complaining about that, but so then I'm up for basically 2 days, and then so if I want to get up early on Tuesday, it's freaking impossible. That's what happened today. I didn't get up till 9:30, and then like sat around here forever making breakfast and having a million coffees, and I just couldn't get my ass going. But yeah, hopefully soon enough I will go do some Hamilton spots. Good night, brother. Message me and we'll get together. All right, man. Thanks for joining me tonight, and yeah, we got to do a stream together sometime soon enough. Appreciate you, Mike. As always, Mike's one of my really good friends. And he sent an emoji of I can't even tell what that is. Something waving. Night night, Mike. Night night. But yeah, Hamilton. Yeah, I wanted to do the Skyway Bridge, and I wanted to do Pier 4 Point. Pier 4 Point is like the spot, the OG spot. Too many beers already. Yeah. Pier 4 Point was like the OG spot I used to fish when I was a kid. Got my first walleye there, surprisingly, back before they stocked Hamilton Harbor with walleye. Yeah. So I want to go back out there and do that. Time for me to get some sleep too. All right, everybody's ducking out. All right, I guess it's that time. It's been a good long stream, really, for streaming from my back deck. But I'll keep it going here as long as people are still talking. But looks like people are ducking out. Anyways, appreciate you, Jacob. Thanks for coming out tonight, and we'll talk to you again. Hopefully, we'll get out fishing. Hopefully, you get some passion for that again. Come out fishing soon enough. Yeah, Hamilton's easy for views, right? Like I said, they just cheers, Moss. You out too? All right, everybody's ducking out. I guess it's that time of night, isn't it? Yeah, all good. Have a good night, man. Thanks for coming out and keeping me company. I appreciate everybody. This has been actually really good. I'm surprised. The last one I did inside my house didn't do very well, but this time we've had conversation the whole time and lots of people coming and going. It's been good. Appreciate you. And yeah. Any specific spots in Hamilton you would like me to fish? Flood. Fell asleep on the couch, woke up and surprised you were still on. It's always good fishing talk. And other things too, apparently. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thanks. Have a good night. And then there were two. There's two more people still here. Oh, good. So I think I'm going to finish the smoke and wrap it up, actually. Unless someone's got some pressing questions they want to ask. Yeah. Things like, seems like everybody's kind of fizzling out, going to bed. It is Tuesday night at 11:19. Wow. Okay. Freaking Moss probably has to go to work tomorrow. It's crazy. But my tomorrow looks like sitting at home probably, and yeah, that's about it. Sitting at home, hanging out with my daughter. Probably get out Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning. Maybe not Sunday. Do lots of things and stuff. You know what I haven't done in a long time is just go fishing for fun. It's always based around filming something for YouTube, in my mind anyway. And sometimes it's a failure like today, but I think I might just go out maybe Thursday morning and just go catch some bowfin for fun and not bring any cameras. Because it's important sometimes to like ground yourself, right? Just my thoughts. Say more, Buck. So there's still a couple people here, but nobody talking. I think things are fizzling out. People are probably just having it on in the background. And I appreciate you doing that. Hey, the watch time's important too. But anyways, okay, nobody's got any pressing questions. I've smoked all the cigarettes in the world, and it's been a great stream. I appreciate everybody who's been here, and yeah, people who are still here somehow. Love you all, and have a great night. And I'm going to cut this off now. How do I do that? Okay. Love you. Bye.